Welcome to another episode of Bussin With The Boys. We are your hosts, Will Compton Taylor Lewan. If you are listening to this episode at 6 a.m. bright and early in the morning, go ahead.
What a way to start your day.
Right. Hot coffee, driving to work, whatever the case may be. Go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your podcasts. Throw the boys a little subscription. It goes a long way. Also, this episode will be dropping on YouTube at noon. So if you're watching the premiere right now or you're watching the episode, make sure you're subscribed to the boys because, again, we are how many percent unsubscribed?
I believe it's 70%, William.
So, yeah,
I believe it's
70% of our audience is not subscribed to our stuff. So make sure you do that for the boys because that helps out. Now, this podcast is always brought to you by...
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my fault. I tried to jump the gun too early on you.
You're good.
I thought you were going to talk about the people we had on, but you're about to talk about the most important, best vehicle on the entire market.
Most dependable, durable, advanced,
reliable.
The Chevy Silverado. It is advanced and dependable, just like the people who drive them. And
they put their heart and soul into the thing, which everybody wants to know when they drive a truck, which is the tailgate. Shout out Chevy Silverado. Let's get some energy in here right now. We're running on E. The endorphins were so high about 15, 20 minutes ago because we had a banger podcast that you're all going to love. And right now I'm kind of coming down right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I kind of feel like I'm like, oh man, that was outstanding. And I'm sitting in this crazy folded chair.
You did the whole time. I'm fucking proud of you, bro.
I was going back and forth.
I
was
selfless.
Up, I was down. I was a selfless. Leaders eat last. You know what I'm saying, Will?
Cynic, shout them out.
Leaders eat last. But the Chevy Silverado is so unbelievable. They have the multifunction tailgate, the one that goes down, the one that comes up. It's the best, most reliable, durable vehicle on the road, just like the people who drive them. Gotta love that.
Each and every one of you out there listening to the boys right now.
Now, we have a couple of house cleaning items that I think we should hit head on right now. And that's just a quick moment of silence for our boy, Bloss. Unfortunately, yesterday I got a call from Bloss, and he said, hey, what did it feel like when you tore your ACL? And right then and there, it's no way to start a conversation. No way to start. My man's at a trampoline park with his girl. He's jumping around, having a good time, probably trying to show off a little more than he has in the past, you know? Yeah. Probably doing a little bit more than he should have.
Right.
Calls me from the hospital. He's got a couple things going on. And it sounds like you got the final verdict. What was it?
He tore his ACL and patella tendon, which is brutal. My man said he was laying on the table. His kneecap was laying sideways, and he couldn't even lift his leg. The doc was trying to get him to do a leg lift. He couldn't even lift his leg up. My man said he felt like somebody threw a bowling ball at his knee.
That's tough.
Because he was doing slam ball. My man was doing slam ball. How old is Bloss, man?
Bloss is 33.
He's 55, 33. I think.
You got to be careful on them trampolines. We're not young anymore. We're not doing the fake wrestling on the trampoline anymore.
Are the killer, but really the trampolines. The trampolines are the real killers out there. I firmly believe that. But just a quick little, we had that moment of silence for Bloss, and it's sad. It's frustrating. My man's got himself a little bit of a journey ahead of him. But we all know.
Journey.
What's that?
Probably a year's worth journey.
To feel 100% back normal for sure. Yeah. He's got a bit of a deal ahead of him, especially with the patella tendon. I don't know what that life is like, but usually
it's fucking brutal.
And you use the patella to save the ACL sometimes. You tear your ACL, they use my patella. What are they going to use?
I have
cadaver,
hamstring. For people listening who don't fully understand what a patella tendon is, it's that gigantic fucking tendon right below your kneecap that connects to your shin.
And so you kind of need that to do regular shit. You know what I'm saying? People live their lives without ACLs. People do it. People go and they live a healthy, active lifestyle. The patella, on the other hand, you gotta have it.
You need to have that.
You need to have it, dude. It's like a whistle pig, dude. It's like having one of those drinks. It's like having a blackberry lemon fizz. You gotta have it.
You gotta have it.
You can't function in life without it.
But it's a next man up mentality.
It's a next man up mentality, and rocking that right now. I'm assuming because he's sitting in the seat, JP has definitely assumed that position. So shout out JP on the promotion, right? Shout out JP. Outstanding.
Bloss turned in his iPad this morning. We had to let him go. Sometimes you got to cut a man loose, but it is just business.
It is just business. How to bring the playbook in. It's a bit of a deal. Hey, if there's anything we can do for you, give us a call type of mentality. Yeah. But until he can get off the best ability is durability. You know what I'm saying?
The best ability is availability.
The best and the best ability is durable. I think I just said it also, right? Like we both said it in different ways.
Yeah.
And that was a fun couple phrase things for you people back home. Will's already talked about you guys jumping on the Spotify, jumping on the Twitter, jumping on everything, subscribing, rating 5 stars. Please continue to do that. But now it's time for our favorite segment of the week.
Hang on. Another house cleaning item.
Holy fuck, man.
First day with the baby.
Yeah, I mean, we could have done that and then gone.
in
But
the
yeah.
shout out. But you just said some house cleaning items. We still have that. We also have to hit on the Bussin Spring Tar party that we had.
Yeah,
A
okay.
little meet and greet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before we
Well,
get
then
into
go
the
ahead.
shout out.
So, Will, how was your first day? First evening, really. It's really not about the day.
appreciate
It's about
that.
the night.
I appreciate
With
you
Cerulean, Lean,
asking
Bell,
questions
Compton.
and trying to listen to me. It was a bit of a grind.
Yeah, I bet.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I know Charo does her thing. She's a great role player, but me, I was in there doing the damn thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm swaddling
You're the
that little thing
quarterback.
up. Yes, I'm the QB. I'm the HC, bro. I'm all of the
Jesus.
above. Now, just for everybody listening, I am joking. Charo is a phenomenal mother, and she has been doing way more than I have.
Right.
But I made myself an omelet. I fell asleep yesterday, early in the first quarter.
Nice little nap.
Yeah, it was a nice nap, but it set me up for later in the night.
Mhm.
Because I stayed up till about 2 a.m., fed the baby, did all the stuff, burped her, all that fun stuff, swaddled her up, put her back to sleep, put her in her little, not the crib, but
The bassinet.
the bassinet. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys got us that. Thank you, by the way.
And you're welcome.
Taylor, by the way, got to hold her. He's the first person to get to hold
I know.
Cerulean.
I was,
Taylor
yeah.
was over last night. He came in clutch for the boy. Charles, she's got this postpartum meal service stuff to get all of her nutrition, all that stuff. So she's taken care of. Me on the other end, I'm out there fending for myself a little bit. Taylor comes through, hits me up. Taylor, I got to shout out Taylor as well.
Yeah, Taylor really, she was the background of everything.
Yeah, she was the background.
I just took
but
the glory.
you executed.
Yes.
Hit me up. Hey, do you need some? I got some chicken. We got some steak over here. I just shot him in the eyes like, oh, hey, go ahead, bring that stuff on over here. Taylor comes through in the clutch, bro, delivering some meals for the boy. We sit. He's holding Cerulean. I'm eating my food. It was a good time. I was glad you came over.
It was definitely. If Charles hit me with, oh, you're a baby person. And I'm like, well,
Well, I've had a couple.
to.
I've dabbled.
Yeah, I
in
have
the
to,
baby
but
sphere.
I got told her, no, I'm not really a baby person, but for this baby, I'll be that baby.
Right.
I love that child as if it was my own.
Yeah. I mean, it does look that way. You have that nice little look. You guys were connecting.
Yeah.
You were imprinting on her.
Oh, thank goodness. I can't wait to come over tomorrow. Maybe get some skin to skin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can take your shirt off, go skin to skin
There's
with her.
no question
Yeah,
I'm going
your
to do
Uncle
that.
T.
No, yeah.
Yeah, your Uncle
absolutely.
T. She's
I
got to
love
connect
it.
with Uncle T.
Uncle T and Lean.
Yeah, Uncle T and Lean,
Uncle
dude.
T
That
and
real
Lean.
lean, bro. But got a good amount. 5 hours of sleep. I feel like that's pretty good of
That's
uninterrupted
solid.
sleep.
That's solid.
I went to 2 so Charo could sleep for 5 hours, and then she was kind of waking up every couple hours.
Mm.
But it was a solid first night, bro.
And you guys stayed up and kept guard
I stayed up, was watching Man in the Arena. I saw Vrabel's few lines in there. He really did not get much PT.
They probably
at all.
cut a lot.
Yeah, he didn't get much love at all in that show. But I stayed up watching that, and then once 2 o'clock hit, snoozed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think you'll get to the point eventually where you guys go, hey, let's just sleep and then we'll wake up and take turns.
We were thinking
You're
about
hitting 6 hours at a time. You know what I'm
we were
saying?
thinking about doing that, but with like running the pod and other stuff, we are trying to figure out.
Mhm.
She's like, "What are you worried most about?" I was like, "I'm just thinking about the morning tomorrow because I had to get the workout in, get the pod, and so I had a couple things going on.
I love it.
So communication.
Sounds like the
That's
first
the
day
number
went well.
one. That's the number one key to this whole deal is communication.
Absolutely.
I think we do a good job of that.
God, I love that. Another thing that is coming up that is, I wouldn't say as stressful, but probably as fun is this week, Wednesday. We are headed to volunteer country.
Yes.
We're headed to Knoxville. That's Jack. Jack,
Yes. Jack is excited.
Jack,
We will
get
go
the
ahead
slow
and
clap on us.
We're going to the
We're
University
headed
of
back to
Tennessee.
Jack's stomping grounds to go and continue our spring bussin' tour, our bussin' spring tour, as you guys know it. We'll be sitting down with coaches. We'll be touring the facilities. I hope to God they hook us up with a couple of volunteer jerseys.
No.
And we were talking earlier about it. Which one do you want? What about the black one? What about the white one? I kind of want that classic orange piece. You know what I'm saying? 77 right in the back for the one. I'm not going to say I need it, but I do really want it. You know, and if they don't give it, I might drop my score a little bit on the place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Spicy does, but I can be buttered up, right?
Yeah.
You can infiltrate this brain or this heart, cluster it up a little bit, and then, you know,
Right.
give you a review that you kind of maybe didn't deserve. Both
Right.
ways.
Overall,
Both ways.
4.5.
Overall, 4.5.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. You guys are listening right now. Follow along with us on Twitter. I'm sure Taylor and I will all be active as hell because those are the best trips ever when
They
we're doing
are,
this
dude.
Bussin'
The
Spring
giggle
football
box
tour.
is unreal. You start to hit the giggles and it's kind of like game over for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Never had a giggle like that bullshit ass place you took me to in Nebraska. Never had a fucking giggle like it, dude,
that
in
was the
my
hardest
life.
we've ever laughed is going to Village
Yeah,
Inn.
had to be
And-
top 5 of my life, and that includes my childhood.
Yeah, and you start hitting the group chat. This motherfucker took me to Village Inn and we were just dying.
Dying. I couldn't even tell the lady what I wanted to eat because I was laughing too damn hard. You know what I'm saying?
That was
Couldn't even
such a
tell her
great
what I
time.
wanted to
That was
eat.
Such a great time. But yeah, and then we had our Bussin' Spring Tour meet and greet over the weekend.
That was
phenomenal
outstanding.
time. All the tier ones just showed out. That was fucking awesome. There's a group of little Nebraska fans. We had guys walking in with Michigan jerseys on, Taylor Lewan jerseys.
Love that.
But it was a great time. Thanks for everybody that came out to that. And it was perfect timing too. We were signing and doing photos and stuff all the way up till about 5 o'clock. So it worked out perfectly.
3:30 to 5, I believe it was the time we were supposed to be there. And we took every minute.
Yeah, well, we were a little late.
Yeah.
We were a little late.
We didn't have to say it though, right? We control our narrative on this bus.
But those
if
people
anything, we were 15 minutes early. You know what I'm saying? I was there setting shit up, waiting for Jack to show up. You know what I'm saying?
Jack was a little late.
Yeah, but Jack and Garrett and Bloss, before his horrific injury, really grinded for us. JP was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, JP was crazy. Fucking. I forgot about that. You were on vacation. That man was at a wedding.
Vacation.
Where were you?
Got that little ass mic for? It's a big little boom stick. You got that.
Hey, listen up.
He picks up this little ballpoint pen and goes vacation.
What city were you in?
I was in Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, home.
That's a vacation spot, man.
That's near home, right?
Yeah, 3.5 hours from home.
See, close enough. Relatively speaking.
Hey, I appreciate you knowing that.
Hey, because I know my boy. You know what I'm saying? I care. I just wanted to be reciprocated as well.
Will, what city am I from?
Greenville.
There we go.
Come on now, kid. I got nervous. Just because you asked me, and it was just that slight like nervousness. Oh, fuck. I'm like, oh, I know.
Oh, man. This chair is wildly uncomfortable. It really is.
You've been crushing it, but now we get to do your favorite segment.
Oh, we get to do it now?
Yeah, the shout out no for sure. I feel like we've had have we missed anything else? It's up to you guys. Anything else we got to hit? Go shop merchandise. It's on the Barstool
shop merchandise. But we're going to hit that. We have ads to read too. You're going to hear the redundancy of all of us the entire time.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is time for our favorite segment of the week. Shout out, no free shout out of the week. And we will usually start with Blas Fernandez. RIP to our boy, Tuffy. He'll come back. He's gritty. But we're going to start with JP today. We're also missing Garrett. He's in there. He's outside sweeping right now. I don't know what he's doing.
I got you. I'm going to preface it with I'm shouting out, no free shout out to Karma because I hated to see Blas go down.
Ooh.
But there was a little bit of some drama behind it because on April Fool's Day, he posted a photo of himself in the hospital, leg up.
Oh, my gosh.
And everybody was reaching out like, oh, my gosh, Blas, are you okay? All this stuff. He's like, oh, no, I'm just messing around.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, in that same hospital bed, leg up.
As all the greats say, bing, bang, boom, it's over.
And I try to tell him Karma will come get you.
Yeah, and also you're doing a 2-for-1 piece too. You're telling Bloss he got some karma, but you're also shouting out Karma to let Karma know that, hey, listen, your boy's been good.
Yeah, I'm clear.
Yeah, you want to take care of me.
Don't mess with me.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good thing. That's an excellent shout out, no free shout out of the week. JP. That is amazing. Jack, what do you got for us? Okay, so just to bring this thing home a little bit or tell you a little backstory. The first week was unbelievable. Jack really came in with some insight. Got to get right with yourself before you get right with the world. And we're all thinking, what's Jack going to say next? And he shouts out his beautiful grandmother who passed, and was a very somber moment for all of us because we love Jack and we love his family. And we if we would have known her, we would have loved her too. So I'm very anxious to hear what Jack's no free shout out of the week is.
It's a lot of pressure, with such a great introduction like that. But it's a little obvious too right now. But we're going back to my alma mater on Wednesday. I must shout out the Tennessee Volunteers. That's my shout out of the week. I'm really excited for y'all to see Knoxville. I know Will and I and Garrett and JP and Bloss. So we all actually know
everybody but Taylor.
You there? Yeah, everybody but Taylor.
We could have done that.
Everybody but Taylor. We were up in Knoxville back in the fall for the Ole Miss game, and we had a great time. So excited to be back up there. It's just gonna be a quick day trip, but I think there's gonna be some fun surprises in store. But so for now, my shout out of the week is the beautiful Volunteers.
Have you been working behind the scenes?
Who knows, man? Who really knows?
Oh, I was going to ask that question too when he said there might be a couple surprises.
Who really knows?
Are they naming the stadium after us? What's the deal?
Because, when we're in Michigan, we were looking at Will. We're going, hey, this is big because Nebraska held up. Are you, nervous about Michigan, what they're going to do? Same for Taylor when we were in Nebraska. So Jack now it's kind of some of it's a little bit falling on me in a way, or maybe now I'm putting it on myself, but we'll see what happens.
It's your cross to bear.
Yeah.
It truly is.
I know.
But it sounds like you've been scooting out there, whispering in some ears.
There are a couple whispers,
I love that. You know what? I'm excited. I don't want to push on it because if I start pushing, then I start to know and I won't be as surprised as I want to be. It's kind of like learning the name of your child. I wanted to know so bad, but I knew I'd like it more once I met her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful shout out. No, for shout out of the week. Shout out to Jack.
Go Vols.
Absolutely killing that. Willie, this is your second shout out.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to shout out a brand, but it's specific within the brand because it's something that's held true to me throughout time. Something that I always know when times are getting a little tough, I can always count on this item, this product to bring my life, to bring me joy, to sit back and be like, fuck, this tastes fucking good.
Wow.
And it is the cookie jar Blizzard from Dairy Queen. That is my shout out. No free shout out of the week. And I had one over the weekend and it was the greatest thing I've laid my lips on in the last few months. Because I've forgotten, like Dairy Queen's they went off the beaten path. Sometimes it's easier to go on Postmates or Uber Eats and look at the ones that have like, you get some Jennies or something.
Yeah.
Or get like Ben and Jerry's or something like that.
Yeah.
But a good old fashioned cookie jar Blizzard, large from Dairy Queen.
What other size is there?
Medium and small, but we never get those. Yeah, we never get those. And that is my shout out, man. It's the best soft serve ice cream in America, really in the world. I just haven't tasted ice cream in other countries for real like that. But that is that's my shout out. No free shout out of the week.
I will say that the Blizzard is unbelievable. Dairy Queen got it right the first time. There's a lot of other companies out there trying to reinvent the wheel with the ice cream. But I think when you go there, you look at that individual who obviously loves his job because he's at Dairy Queen, and he takes that cup and hands it to you, and you go to reach your hand out, and he gives you the finger like, hey, hold on a second. And then tips it upside down for you.
Every time you're like, holy.
Oh, it's like magic, dude. I didn't know David Blaine was behind the counter.
I want it to fall out every time because I want to get a free one.
Oh, no question. But then you kind of scoop it up and then put it in the jar. Like, I guess it's just Sunday now for the boy. Yeah. Make some caramel sauce on that piece. That's an outstanding shout out. No free shout out of the week. My shout out.
Here we go.
It's near and dear.
Here we go.
It's near and dear to my heart. A lot of times in life, when you're given the opportunity to experience something, you don't know how you're going to feel, especially when you go to experience something that you're probably about to experience. You're not sure. Is there going to be fireworks? Is it going to be a dud? And at the end of the day, this shout out was maybe some of the biggest fireworks of my life. And that shout out is going to Will's daughter, Cerulean Bell Compton. When I held that child and I looked into her little yawning face, literally all scrunched up little eyes, full head of hair on the girl, and she just sat in these arms. I didn't even know I was the first one to hold her besides Charo and Will. I didn't know. That was just a little cherry on top for me.
Yeah.
But to hold that baby, that the boy made it, and Charo delivered it, and it was all just a beautiful thing for me. I was just holding her, and we were having a great time. She wasn't fussy. Waffle looked like he wanted to eat her / sniff her. I couldn't tell what was really going on in her head, but you never really can. Overall, a very euphoric, beautiful experience for me. So shout out Lean Bell Compton. What a beautiful child. An absolutely beautiful child. We have a very special podcast for you guys today, and we'll jump into it. We know how this works. We jump into it. You're like, all right, here we go. We're at the edge of our seat, and then all of a sudden you get hit with another ad read. That's life, baby. Bam, 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 bam. Frank Sinatra. That's life. That's how this stuff works. But today was a great trio, an amazing band. You might have heard of them. You probably have heard of them, especially if you listen to country music, is Midland. They were incredible. I've known these guys for, I'd say, 3 to 4 years now. And every time I'm around them, it's a great time. And I don't know if we want to jump to conclusions just yet. For me, I would put this on my Mount Bushmore of how great the podcast went.
Wow, that is
flow,
a strong...
the energy, the giggles, the fun times. And it was special. It was special to the point where the manager is in the back punching Jack in the shoulder, telling him, hey, buddy, we got to fucking go.
He was mad as fuck.
And it was just, and then they were just telling stories. Me and Will could have literally sat back and just leaned back in our chairs and enjoyed ourselves for the hour and a half.
Because this was the first time we've had 3 people on the bus.
That's why we had an assortment of feng shui going on here.
And it was legit like a locker room vibe. But it was all time, man. This Mark looking motherfucker, dude.
He's a handsome boy.
He's a beautiful
handsome boy.
cat.
They're all beautiful in their own ways.
Right here on the couch.
Really?
Yeah.
I probably would have sat and watched.
Yeah.
I'd have made JP go in the back, get me a glizzy and some popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Just ate that thing.
But they were fun, bro. Cam is all time. You know that, dude. I would love to hear some of the road stories that he has.
Oh, I bet it's outstanding.
Jess just, it was tough for him to get some words in.
Yeah.
But you can tell he's like you said it, he's the most put together cat.
Yeah.
He's the brainiac.
You think so? Well, he did say in the pod, he talked about how he knows trends 5 years in advance.
Yeah, they say he's got some formula, which we never got that. Like,
I
so, hey,
know.
what is the formula?
I know. We need to find out. We need to have them on again.
Yeah.
As soon as they left, the boys were fired up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what a great
Chest
podcast.
bumping.
And I'm sure I hope you all feel the same way. And the way you can show that you feel the same way is subscribing, rating 5 stars, commenting, telling us how much you loved it. So keep doing all those things. Enjoy. Here comes a fun ad read. And we'll see you in a little bit.
Oh, I see why you like to do eye contact.
You can jump in on
I
it,
know
dude.
I'm going to. Ew.
Yeah. Hey, listen, boys and girls, I just said it. I'm going to say it again. You need to subscribe, rate 5 stars, whether that's Spotify, whether that's Apple, whether that's all the stuff you can do. Follow us on Twitter, Taylor177. Follow Will Compton,
_ Will Compton.
_ Will Compton. Follow Bussin With The Boys. And just enjoy the ride we're all on together, right? We treat the thing like a group chat for a reason so you guys can all be a part of our lives. It's a beautiful thing. One thing that can make your life a whole lot better is Icon Pass. And it all starts now. Icon Pass is on sale for the 22-23 season. It's time to keep the stoke alive and seek a season of fun in the mountains. And do you? Across 50 of the best ski destinations in the world. When you claim this multi-destination pass, you're dropping into a celebration of joy in the mountains. Whether it's an immediate spring access, hooting and hollering down your favorite runs next season, or connecting with the crew for an afternoon brew, there's always an adventure for how you ride. New pass options have been added into the mix. Starting at $249 adult, the Icon Pass Session 2-day and the Icon Pass Session 3-day offer a range of affordable entry points, furthering the flexibility and availability for riders of all means and styles to experience this family of unique worldwide destinations. Claim your Icon Pass. Claim your pass at iconpass.com before April 22nd when prices go up and spring promos go away. Enjoy.
We're up.
Oh, we're rolling right now.
All right. Bussin' with the boys.
Oh, we got some.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, just
Bussin' with the boys. Yeah, yeah. That's the back. Bussin' with the boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Just let him go as long as he can.
Hey, maybe that can be our intro sequence, dude.
Yes, keep going.
You thought there was a verse maybe coming, or
Yeah, I did think
I
that.
was leaving it to the pros.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't wait to see what happens here.
I thought
all
they
I
all
got.
put something together.
I got really nervous that we were going to get into that deep,
what?
and I was scared of how great that could be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can use that.
Yeah.
We would have.
We are
if it was
looking-
special, we would have kept it, and you guys would have never had
Do you have a
a
jingle?
dollar from it.
No, I was gonna say we do not have an intro sequence.
We
Like
need
we
a
don't have a
jingle,
song.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. You could throw like a little chicken picking over that.
Yeah.
Oh, really slow.
It's
Yeah.
a gang. It's got it's got a thing for the lead vocal and then some backgrounds. So it could be cool.
Dude, I would love if you guys did something. Hey, my man's already over there. Cam's already thinking.
Cam had the coolest F100 Ranger Ford 72. 70?
Looks like you're hurting right now just thinking about it. Are you okay?
I asked this guy. I found the listing on eBay. I told the guy, "Look, take it off eBay right now, and I'll buy. I'll give you this much money." There wasn't a buy it now button, but I got a hold of this guy's. Like,
You
"All right."
started by it now.
I started by it now.
invented
which
something.
is
So
now.
it comes
From
in
that day.
it gets shipped from Florida. Sight Unseen bought it, and
Which is tough. Florida's a tough area to buy a vehicle.
Right.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
and this there's a moral in this story. So it shows up on a truck. When you buy trucks, they ship them with a bunch of different cars, and it's this Cuban guy, like barely speaks English, and he's got the cigar and everything, and
So Cuban.
and we walk up to meet the guy, and he's like, "Oh no, man," he's like, "There's a mierda, like a piece of shit, man." And I'm like, "What?" I go, "What?" And I speak Spanish, so I kind of ask him, and he's like, and he's telling me in Spanish, he's like, "No, this is a lemon, man." And I was like, "What are you talking about? This thing's cherry." He goes, "It's a lemon." So I tell Cam goes, "No, look at what are you talking? This thing's beautiful." So, and it looked gorgeous. The car was absolutely pristine. It was the sweetest cream white, it looked absolutely cherry. So it was kind of weird. This stuck in my mind. So I was like, all right, man. So I dropped Cam off. Cam goes and picks up Jess. They go for a cruise, and they're driving on Ranch Road 12 and come up to the 290, which is a major intersection, right? You got semis coming back and forth. 290 feeds in the 10. It's a big intersection. Pull up to I'll let you take from here. So you guys are driving at 30, 40 miles an
I'm
hour.
on the edge of my seat right now.
Yeah.
I'm in a fold-up chair. It's about to fall over, but I'm excited.
Well, by the way,
This
I'd
is-
seen photos of the undercarriage and it was totally rust-free. So I bought what I thought was a very
Allegedly.
allegedly rust-free, and I got it for a great amount of money. And I, paid for the shipping, which is quite expensive, from Florida. And I went and got Jess, and Jess was like, "Oh shit, this thing is fucking cherry." I'm like, "That's right, it is, dude." So we get in the car and we're gonna go on a cruise.
Top down.
And we come to the one intersection in our town, and it crosses a highway. And Jess is like, "Man, this is cool, man. It's a good time to tell you, dude. I gotta say, man, like, just want to let you know, man, Camille's pregnant." And it was his first kid. And I was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool, dude. Fuck, man, give me a..." Oh shit! What the fuck's wrong with that? The fucking brakes. The fucking brake went through the floor.
Through the floor.
And
It was
I went
so
through
rusted,
the fucking
dude.
light. And we actually had a green, which was fine, but there was a semi truck in front of us, and he slowed down coming over the fucking highway, because it dips down, and I nearly slammed into the back of this guy and put us through the windshield, veered off into a gravel pit. Thank God everything's very close in Dripping Springs, so we were able to push it to my mechanic, which was right there. Bring it in. I'm like, "Danny, you gotta look at this thing. I don't know what's going on. The brakes are out." Almost died. Danny called me the next day, and the long story short is that he goes, "You gotta come down here. You gotta see it." I refuse to tell you over the phone. I'm like, "Oh God." So I rode down the next day, and he had it up on a riser, and the riser had gone through the floor of the chassis of the frame.
The car basically broke.
The frame literally like crashed when they put it up.
I looked under the bottom, and it was every inch of it was covered.
The
in
only
rust.
thing holding this car together was the brand new paint job that the criminal that sold this car to
He
Cameron
goes, "Check
had
out the
done."
brake line," and dude, it literally was this line, and there was only one piece of it that was like intact without rust on it. So like
feathered off.
it
together, it's
essentially
about to
had one brake in it left. Before we had broke through it, and I called the guy and I was like, "Dude, I can't believe you did this." He's like, "Well, you took it off eBay, man. You're not protected." And I go, "Look, I'm not gonna threaten your life, but I will come down there and fucking kill you, dude." and
You're like, I know people in Florida,
you know what
man.
he did? He ended up refunding me, but he goes, "You have to pay
The shipping.
the shipping." So I lost $2,000 on it. And this all happened within a matter of weeks. My wife was out of town, so I sold these cars, sold the thing, bought this thing. This is such a long story, but we're good. We're eating up time.
Good, thank
I
God.
ended up buying a second one immediately from a guy in Kentucky, and this one was in good shape. And that
He didn't learn his lesson.
I didn't learn my lesson,
Well,
but
that
I did
became
have
the
a
famous
I did have
Cadillac from the
I had a
Dragon
guy
Ball
look at it, and I bought it on eBay. I was protected, and my wife comes back from Mongolia, and I pick her up from the
As
airport,
one
and she's
does.
like, "Cool," and I'm like, "Yeah, fucking liquidated the whole fleet for this thing." She's like, "What?" And wasn't a big fan of this car, but it ended up becoming kind of like a mascot for the band, because we had put Longhorns on the front. It was cocaine white interior. It was red. The second one was, and it was in decent shape. And it ended up being like the Midland vehicle for a long time. We would cruise to shows in it. We'd cruise around Austin. People would take photos of this thing. It was really cool. It was a banner. And then it became like way too much flash driving around Austin. So I ended up having to sell it because you don't want people to look at you. You know what that's like. That's why you drive that piece of shit. Throw it out there.
What'd you pay for that car in Florida?
Dude, I paid 10 for it, and I paid 2 in shipping, so I was out 12 at the time. Dude, this is crazy because I was just looking at during the pandemic, at the end of the pandemic, when people were just coming out of their shells. That car now goes, and just this is a testament to you being able to see these things like 5 years ahead. Nobody wanted the side-by-side 70s light. It was still all about that like stacked headlight Cadillac that you see at the county fair. You know what I mean? So it was a little bit before, and now those things are going for $18,000, $20,000, sometimes even more if they're in good conditions. I mean, fuck, don't even get me started on Porsches and shit like that.
I found that truck. I'm Cameron's vintage car
Which
advisor.
truck? Oh, the green one.
Yeah.
That Mark ended up putting the brakes through the.
What's the 5
You
years
guys in
ahead
breaks.
thing? What's the 5 years ahead thing he's talking about? Are you like some
I
little
have an ability to see trends five years ahead.
in any area?
Yeah. Could be real estate, could be cars, could be fashion.
That was from, I had a heavy.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
So what's the next thing in 5 years?
Yeah, like what's paid off for you?
Give us a taste of that.
Well, look, can I
years.
take a little bit of credit?
That's crazy because you just gave him credit and now he's
No, I'm taking back. I
predicted right now.
using Jess's formula. I predicted the mid to late '90s Ford coming back in vogue. So I was the first of the crew to buy the not square body, but the last
that rounded
7.3, 7.4, like mid to late '90s. Your uncle's truck.
I have an '87 dually Ford.
It's a beautiful vehicle.
Yeah, almost the same.
Almost. The body doesn't change a whole lot until 1999.
Big vehicle guys.
Yeah.
We're
Love the
really
vehicles.
into vintage cars.
If you pull up a '96
But
Ford
vintage cars are-
F250 crew
that's out of-
cab, two-tone.
Yeah.
That's the whip.
that one is sweet. You were ahead of that one. But this is all out of necessity, like vintage clothing, vintage cars. Because when you're an artist, you're just dead poor, but you want to stand out.
Right.
So you can buy a cool, cheap car, and have the valet guys still give you like the nod.
It's not a Lamborghini, it's not a Ferrari, but it's unique.
No, you can't. That's such a cheat. Like just spending 180 grand on a car that everybody else has.
See, I have a thing about like older cars. Every year you own that vehicle, it gets cooler and cooler.
Mm-hmm.
If I go buy a brand new Rolls Royce Lamborghini, the next year it's outdated. There's something
the moment
new.
You
There's
drive
something
off the lot, you
right.
lose money. So with a car like this, if you know what you're talking about, you can drive a car for 3-4 years and actually basically get your money back and drive for free.
The issue is finding, like, actually learning about the vehicle enough, because
you got to know what to
the
look
car
for.
world is as scummy as the horse world.
Oh,
you know, there's crooks around every corner in that area, just like the car you bought from Florida. You can kind of put a nice little paint job on something, maybe some new rims, but this thing's pristine, it's everything. And then you look under the hood and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah. You gotta know what to ask for, and you gotta know like what the tell.
Yeah, you helped me find that Mercedes.
I helped Cam
and
find
I got lucky.
And
then you sold yours to Luke,
early
and he
90s
didn't get so lucky.
Mercedes. I'm a Mercedes guy.
Still doesn't have the title for
So
it.
I like all the Mercedes and Volkswagens. So that's what I've always kind of focused on. So that's kind of my expertise. I bought a 2005 S55 AMG, 500 horsepower, bit turbocharged Mercedes over the pandemic, thinking that was going to be like the next car to appreciate. I don't think that's
a
it
loss.
So it's a fun car to drive, but
It might.
yeah, the S55 AMG, it's a beautiful car. The 05, this was like the most over-engineered
That is a
car
cool
in the
car.
history of
You
Mercedes.
know which Mercedes?
And they had a bunch of problems with it. That was the problem with it. But the 05, they finally figured it out. So if you guys are watching this, I've got a gorgeous 05 S55 AMG. It's got 56,000 original miles.
You should put up an email.
It'll blow your fucking. It'll blow your
mom.
Yeah, it'll blow all kinds of things.
It'll blow all sorts of guys.
Anything you
It'll
want.
blow anything
whatever
off
you
the
want.
line, man. It's a blower. It's really fast. Fuck, it does 0 to 60 in
Put it
like
on the Facebook Marketplace,
4
yeah.
seconds. 15-year-old car. But I like finding luxury cars for cheap. My whole goal is like to never spend more than $25.
Mark, you've had a string of good ones. Jess has had some great cars.
Well,
I screwed up.
I sold my '89 560 SEC to Luke Cutchin, our lead guitarist. So he's driving that around.
If I had really a set of balls, I would have. I would have pulled out the either the 928 or the 944 or the 924.
One car
the beginning of the-
I will own a mid '80s Rolls Royce Silver Spur.
Oh yeah.
At some point.
I have
Yeah,
absolutely
the older
no
Rolls
idea what
Royces
that
are the
is.
coolest.
Yeah, those
They're the
mid
best
'80s are the
vehicles.
shit.
They're so good looking. You get the 2-door
Or
convertible.
the Honda Centurion. What was
Yeah.
that thing?
Oh, yeah.
That's the real.
That wasn't a Honda. It's a Hyundai, right?
No, Toyota.
Toyota.
made it.
Yeah.
That
It
thing's
looks
cool, too.
just like these luxury, like
It's a-
70s,
it's a-
80s.
Yeah, but the idea of it being a Rolls Royce is kind of like,
Yeah. It's
that's
the
pretty,
ultimate.
that's pretty
It is
badass.
ultimate.
Yeah, it's the ultimate like.
How hard
hey,
is it to
look at me, I'm
find
a rich guy.
parts for these though?
Like this one.
Yeah,
That pearl
those are
white one
cool.
down there.
Yeah, that one's really
Third
nice.
row, third from the right.
I'm about to buy a 1984 Range Rover Classic 4-door. You guys, and I'm not a Range Rover, like a new Range Rover
Yeah,
guy.
that's a
I
bit
hate-
of a hook there of all the vehicles you've been saying.
Well, it's really stupid because their Range Rovers are absolute pieces of shit, and anybody that is
You're
listening
that
to
Range
this
Rover, go fuck yourself.
that drives a Range Rover, they all fucking know
But
this.
they look
but it's
awesome.
the coolest looking car. The one that I'm going to buy is the English green.
Does Arnold have one in
I think
Commando?
Toyota makes a vehicle looks just
They
like
do
that.
the Land Cruisers.
That's
That's the competition. The two-door ones are sick. So these I started looking at when I moved to Austin before when I was dead broke, and these were going for nothing. These remodeled ones now are going for like $100,000. So about 5 years ago, you could have imported one of these in from Spain for $8,000 and thrown 20 into it, and now you could make $70,000.
So is the whole point of you guys buying
talk.
these vehicles to flip them?
Car
or is it
talk.
just, own them for a little bit?
seems like you
Own
got
a
a
cool car.
aspirations.
Own a cool car to learn about, because like I don't know anything about Range Rovers, so like Mercedes, I learned all about them. So you just found out what worked, what the good years were. It's just kind of fun. It's just like an obsession. It's like chasing after vintage guitars or vintage clothing or watches. And the idea is to drive something that's fun because you really enjoy it. It's a different drive. It's fun to, what year is your car, man? You do the old guy car talk shit, and then you get kind of bored with it, and you sell it and try to get your money back. And then it's a horrible.
I am getting to
It's
that
a game
point
of
though where
breaking
I
even.
want maybe one
new
brand
car?
new vehicle,
Yeah.
so I don't have to worry about a single thing.
Yeah.
Do you own any new cars?
I don't, and I haven't for so long.
Well, the funniest is speaking of Chevys, is Harper's car.
Oh God,
They
It's a
Cameron has
GMC.
spent tons
It's
of
a
money on
GMC.
cars,
It's
but
a
they
GMC.
have like a 2002.
2002, bought it for $1,800, and it's bulletproof, dude.
Yeah.
It's
With
the ugliest
kids?
piece of shit
Dude,
you've
we
ever
bought-
seen.
my wife and I
dude,
bought
it's
a-
oxidized from the front to the back. Complete. I was up in the second story of our house the other day, and I had never seen it from above, really, truly. And I was having coffee. And I looked out and I saw my wife's car from the top, and I straight up spit it on the window. I was like, "Oh my God, this thing is fucking butt ugly. It's crazy." I took a photo of it. I'll find it. But it's a great early 2000s. Dude, we have kids, and I don't care. Like, if you are a mom with kids or a dad with kids, and you've got a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old. Your car's getting fucking destroyed. So buy something that you don't give a shit about. Harper's always like, dude, I want a car that's really nice. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, please don't do it with the kids.
We bought a new Audi Q7, and when we had her, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a kid. I'm gonna get like the safest car,
Right.
but it's also cool that I can enjoy driving. And the car's just been completely destroyed, mostly by my wife.
Just throwing her under the bus.
Sometimes you gotta take it.
Dude, she is the worst at maintaining. Like she would drive a car for 200,000 miles and never change the oil. Never even look at the tires. Like I looked at the tires the other day. We were getting ready for a road trip, and the tires were completely bald.
That is
Just trying to die.
I mean, the cars. Like if I didn't wash the car every week, the car would probably be worthless right now.
me and my wife literally got in a fight because we bought.
But I love you,
brand
honey.
new
You're the
Chevy
best wife.
Dually, full size, brand new truck, like $83,000. But she thinks that because it's a brand new truck that you don't have to do anything to it. You got to change the oil. You don't got to put the DEF fluid in there. Like I'm driving this. I'm driving this thing. It's got the computer on there, and it's like, you're way.
The new vehicles tell you every single time, hey, oil's running a little low. Probably should do this.
The truck
I
literally.
like it. I'm a man of convenience. I love old vehicles, but
It came. It
Yeah.
came within
I
2
just think
miles of shutting off because she hadn't put the DEF fluid in there.
What the hell's DEF?
So if you have a
It's the
diesel,
diesel
it's an
exhaust.
additive that you have to put into it.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
And
Yeah,
oh boy,
it's-
don't put it in the wrong in the wrong hole, so to speak, dude, because my buddy did it and it seized the engine.
Really?
Yeah.
it's just totaled after that.
Totaled. Done.
Baseball is back.
It is.
Shout out Game Time, no free shout outs. The only place to get the best, cheapest last minute tickets is with the Game Time app. Ever dreamed of sitting in a seat you never thought that you could? Behind home plate, first row in the outfield catching dingers? It's all possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. We're buying all of our sport tickets with the Game Time app. When I was chilling on the couch this past year and I want to go to the Titans games, I would always use the Game Time app at all times. I will be using it for my Preds games that I'm going to be going to in the near future. But you can download it all at the Game Time app. Go to the account tab to create a login and redeem code BUSSIN, BUSSIN, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
And while you're doing that, you might as well jump on YouTube, maybe subscribe, maybe unsubscribe, maybe resubscribe, maybe head over to Instagram, follow the boys.
Isn't the same one. The YouTube isn't the same one. The YouTube just subscribe.
Oh, you just
if we're trying to get in the algorithm support the competition, that's Apple Pods, that's Spotify.
Okay. So maybe I should have been sent a formal email on that. I don't know.
I didn't know that's what we were doing.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I've been telling people, oh, fuck.
But go subscribe.
And that next ad read is it gets your boy every time. It's going to be a little bit of a deal.
Oh, no,
it's a great company, but my goodness. But make sure you subscribe. Make sure you rate 5 stars. And please enjoy the rest of this podcast.
We walked in, by the way, to this to your guys. What do you call this? A shack?
Mansion.
A shed?
Our shop?
Mansion.
Your shop?
Yeah.
And there's just like
Mansion.
free shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And immediately like that, you could see it. I just looked at Jesse and Cameron's eyes. It just lit up like.
Yeah.
We just
like you guys got an extra large in
like
here.
a
We started
gifting
running
suite.
through.
Yeah.
We got the boy one or two.
It is like a gifting
It's so
suite.
funny because
Yeah.
we get being on the road in Midland and touring all the time. You get given stuff all the time, right? You go play at the Ohio Buckeyes Stadium and they give you like a jersey, and I'm an Arizona Wildcat, so I'm like, I'm never gonna wear that.
Crazy.
And so, but you get so excited, you get all this merch and this shit, and then it just fills up. Our bus is just basically like we should do some sort of like a swap meet.
Hey, that'd be a rad swap meet, though. I don't know. I will tell you, like, we went to Nebraska, which Will went to. I went to Michigan. And when we went to Nebraska, they gave me a jersey. I thought it was the coolest shit ever.
Right.
But another school. No, I would never put that on anyway.
Yeah.
Even on my best day, everything's feeling nice and tight. I put that thing, I'm like,
it was
what the fuck
Ohio
is this?
State gave me a basketball jersey, and like it was really cool. It has my name on it and stuff.
Yeah, that's rad.
I'm an Arizona Wildcat fan. I'm not gonna be wearing an Ohio
It's
State.
tough times being an Arizona Wildcat fan, though.
Are you a prideful Arizona Wildcat fan?
We were the number one team all year. Football, yeah.
What happened, though?
With our football program?
With your basketball
they
program?
fired Coach Tomey, which they never should have done, and then they hired a bunch of the wrong guys. But now Jed Fish is I think he's a great guy. I've gotten to know him a bit, and I've had some beers with him. I think he is a great recruiter, and I think he understands how to build that culture. I mean, Arizona is one of the great college experiences. The campus is amazing. I'm sure you guys have been there before. So recruiting should be really easy. The facilities are world class.
But I must just stop you. Like Arizona is never going to be a
powerhouse football.
Oh, nice.
So Arizona, listen.
I really don't want to cut that short. But
You put it here. We need to get a talking stick.
I remember. Check this out.
Listen to this.
Check this out. I remember when I was in Arizona.
So Tucson is all right.
I remember we beat Nebraska at the Holiday Bowl in San Diego.
Yeah, were you there?
Yes, I was there. Yeah.
Did you guys win?
Yeah,
that was my first year.
Now.
Were you there? Were you on the team?
Yeah, that was my freshman year.
Did you guys hear this? So he was just talking shit on Arizona football. His freshman year, Arizona beat Nebraska at the Holiday Bowl in San Diego and finished the season number 3 in the country.
That's outstanding.
You guys had Gronk.
No. That was before Gronk. That was we had Teddy Bruschi.
Gronk. You guys had Gronk.
We in the 80s and 90s, we had some great teams. And I think Jed Fish is going to bring Arizona football back.
I don't know if
my boy
back?
Tommy Lloyd just had the most successful first season basketball.
As soon as Mark takes an inhale, I'll be more than happy.
Arizona,
more than happy to indulge
first. Arizona in the next 5 years is going to be a top tier college football
really
team.
believe that?
I do believe it. I think.
Listen to him. I've met with the whole
Man, our athletic director, the whole program, Arizona is going in an incredible direction.
Waiting for
Go fucking Cats! Let's fucking go Cats! All right,
It's bear down.
it is bear down. Yeah, or you can say let's fucking go Cats, bear down.
Okay, all right.
Are you telling me what our theme songs are? Yeah.
I was recruited to U of A, and I politely said no. I will say this. U of A is a fun town. Dirtbags is a great bar. I don't even know if it's open anymore. It's phenomenal. Love that place. What is it? Lemon Mountain or something like that? What it was? Mount. Okay, sorry. I flipped 2 words.
You can ski in the desert.
It's outstanding.
I just corrected you.
I think a big thing that is underrated about U of A. I'm gonna say all the good things
I
first.
flipped 2 words.
Yeah, like I'm getting mad. So I'm finally getting words in. You know how I am with talking.
Can you imagine Taylor mad? That'd be fucking scary.
It happens. It's happened.
See, I don't think that Will could beat up Taylor in a fight. Because Will was saying that.
Will would beat me in wrestling. No question. He's done it a dozen times.
You never know what could happen.
Hey, Scrappy.
I know when
Will's a
we've
dirty
had a
fighter.
couple exhibitions.
Okay, tell me more about this Arizona thing. Okay,
What's up, dude?
easy, big guy.
I would love to hear the good
So,
things.
U of A, they have, I think the bar scene's awesome. I don't know anything about their like fraternity life, Greek life, or anything like that.
It's great.
I'm sure it is.
I
think
Mark will say it's great for everything. So just apply that theory to all the things that you don't know.
The undersold thing about U of A is that you are right next to the border, and I think Mexico is an unbelievable time. Rocky Point's 2 hours away. You can go have a good time doing that. Location-wise, it's very difficult. I know I just said the thing about Mexico, but if you're going to fly in, you have to drive an hour and 30 minutes to get down there if you're going the speed limit. ASU, all the girls from Scottsdale are going there. All even the pretty girls from Minnesota are.
But now, are you selling
ASU now?
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
I'll tell you when I'm finished, and you're more than welcome.
Yeah, you can rebut in a second. I just want to hear this.
I think I haven't been down to U of A since 2011. I think the campus is beautiful. I think campus is actually more beautiful than Tempe's campus.
Hands down.
But I think because of where the location's at, and you have ASU that's right next to the airport, you have Old Town Scottsdale in there, which and you have
Love it.
what is the bar scene at ASU at Tempe? It's
Old Town?
No, it's not Old Town. There's
I
a
know what
college
you're
bar
talking
scene
about.
too, but it's right in the middle of campus.
I forget what's
Cool.
called.
Yeah,
That
and
sounds excellent.
It is.
I wanna go
It is
right
a
now.
much better school.
Sign me up.
From an education
Okay.
standpoint,
No, hold on,
Not
Mark.
even
You've
close.
from an
already said
education
the
standpoint,
Colts
U of
one.
A wins.
Yes.
But ASU, I think there's from my experience, there's prettier
school,
girls.
Better. The girls are prettier. The guys
Where
are hotter.
at U of A?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Dude,
Okay.
when
Better
I was getting
school,
recruited there, I could
better
not look both
location.
ways.
Tucson's a more
Are you
beautiful.
impartial?
Tucson's a more beautiful
Arizona,
town.
Arizona State.
Somebody has to be
Look.
impartial because Mark is an
Well,
expert.
I'm not.
everybody
Yeah, I'm
knows
not. I'm
this,
impartial.
but
I don't.
look, you can
I've been to
Google.
those
So
schools.
you are impartial.
Google.
Yes.
It said just Google ASU sucks. It's out there. Everybody knows it.
It's
Go
crazy.
Cats, bear down.
Well,
Let's go.
I'm interested in the impartial opinion. It's pretty cool.
I think both schools are going to have. I don't know why both schools are having a hard time getting back into football because the weather's great. There's beautiful people there, and it's a great selling point.
There's
It's
too
a great
much to
selling
do.
point.
There's too much to do. No dudes are about it in those locker rooms.
I purposely didn't go to ASU because I knew I'd have a less of a chance going to the league.
You're an Arizona guy. You grew up in
Cave Creek.
Cave Creek. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
how did you move to Michigan, dude?
hold on.
I was a very punk, hate my parents. I need to get out of the desert. Need to see
That
Four
was a
Seasons
pretty
type
sick
guy.
gang sign.
Do
Hold
you
on.
like
So
that,
wait, did
dude?
you
That
not
was
see
the
a
blood.
path to the pros through the Arizona the whole
I saw a
program?
path to the pros the minute I got a scholarship offer from Utah State. I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
The minute he hit puberty, he saw a path
No, hey,
to
I
the
was.
front.
I didn't.
I'm
I really
curious.
didn't start,
I'm
I
curious
really started,
because-
the football. The
Right.
football world didn't really become something for me until my senior year.
Sure.
But Jake Long, who was the #1 overall pick in 2008, was at Michigan. And so when I went to Michigan, I was like, they put offensive linemen out. And when you're in Arizona, and you can attest to this, people.
Is this Taylor in high school?
Yeah,
Come on.
Oh my god.
that's a handsome boy right there.
wow. Just
Yeah.
no neck.
No neck, Lewan.
That's cool.
No neck, skinny arms.
Wow.
Wow.
But
You got recruited by every Pac-10. Yeah, that was the Pac-10 back then.
I didn't get USC though. I really wanted to go to USC
I could have seen
because that
you
was
thrive in
Mark
USC.
Sanchez, Reggie
Yeah.
Bush, all that and stuff.
Well, that's
like
just
that.
to play at USC is the closest thing to being like a pro athlete in
Yeah,
college.
I would agree with that. I would
Because
agree
of
with
the
that point.
proximity in LA, it's insane. Especially dude,
You're in the middle of
in
Compton, but you're 10 minutes away.
Oh, bro,
from
Reggie
everything
Bush
else.
and Matt
Oh,
Leinart,
when they
those
had
boys?
with Leonard, those guys. I mean, they were hanging out with like Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Anything
and Snoop Dogg.
proximity
Yeah.
to Hollywood, LA is going to be a tantalizing carrot to be dangled in front of you.
Remind
But
me to Google that word later. Tantalizing.
Well, you could do it right now, actually.
Yeah.
If you
We've
went
got
to
that.
Arizona, you would have understood it. You
So-
would have got a good
so-
education.
Well, see,
I
now
knew-
maybe Mark's got you
Yeah.
there. He might
I knew
have
ASU
checkmated
would be
you.
more distracting to me. U of A it's a nice school. It's a much prettier school than ASU. But
Well,
I
what's
think
great about what
I don't know if you've ever been told to stop interrupting people before. I don't know if that's ever been a thing.
not by a guy your size. I'd probably listen to you.
I'm curious.
Hey, I know how Will feels in the pond now.
I'm sitting here. This is like two Taylors talking to each other.
You should see us when there's alcohol involved.
Oh
man.
my
Question
God.
for Taylor.
Yes.
Okay. Speak briefly on the art of trash
I'll-
talk.
let me get this. I got this one.
Yeah, go. I think the art of trash talk is lost in a lot of ways because everyone, I'll kill you, I'll shoot you, like you're a bitch ass N-word. That's kind of like the generics that come out.
Right.
And I
You say those words?
no, you need to relax on that.
Wait, hold on.
Making sure you get
Can we
your story cleaned
specify we're talking about on the field of play? Is
On
that
the
what
field
you're
of play,
talking
yes.
The art, yeah. The,
So
Yeah,
everybody,
so for me-
NFL, everybody's talking mad shit.
It depends on the individual, but usually, yeah. But it's really not well thought out chirping. For me, This is just yelling at. This one is just me just
You
screaming.
touch my quarterback on
now-
the
Yeah, I'm just saying whatever in that.
We're just watching a compilation of you fighting people.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that's Josh Norman. That was his thing was the arrow. Whenever he would like get a PBU or interception, he'd do the arrow. And he was doing some shit to Derek. So after the game, I gave him this. I said, "Get the fuck off the stage, out of my field."
He's a lot smaller than you are.
Yeah, people come at me because they say I only pick on that's me. Only pick on DBs, but they're usually the mouthiest.
It's so funny.
The DBs are like the cockiest guys.
So trash talking for me. That's Jalen.
That was the funniest.
That's Jalen. That's Thursday Night Football.
He completely flopped.
Jalen made
He
like
flopped.
a
that's
goal line
hilarious.
stand.
That's
He made like a goal line
soccer-
stand. And he's like
soccer
flexing.
move.
We're up like 21-6 or something crazy like that.
Right.
And this is, and I got in his face. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He flops trying to get the flag, and
Let me ask you this, because
I got ejected in this game.
I played football and played sports, and just even playing pickup basketball, you get into fights and shit,
Right.
And you just talk a lot of shit. But after the game, you go buy everybody a beer and like hang out. So do you guys like make up, or they're like enemies?
I think it depends. That's me yelling at the refs. I think that's it depends. It depends on like the situation. Like
You get a little fired up. You're a passionate
I'm
player.
a passionate individual. There's no question about that. I actually, you can hear it. I say, "You fucked this up. You fucked this, making dumb fucking calls all day." That's me. I'm flicking off the camera.
This is what I want to know because
Okay, so shit talking. Sorry, I will. I want to finish that
I
answer.
actually want to know what you say because we don't know what you say when you're face to face on the
Yeah.
field in the middle of play. So
In the middle of play, there's a lot of just grunting and kind of getting
I know,
after
but
it.
when you talk
But
trash
in between plays, so someone will come up to me and, "Oh, you a piece of shit, white boy, you this and that," and I'll just look at him dead in the eyes and say, "I swear to God, if we didn't have face masks on, I'd kiss you right now."
Yes, that's what I was gonna
kiss you
say.
on the
You
mouth.
diffuse it, or you'd be like, "God,
Oh.
you have a great ass."
I'd be like, "You have the prettiest eyes
Yeah.
I've ever." And then we were on field goal, and I'll like kind of look at the guy and be like, "Hey," I lift up my shirt, like, "Would you hit? What's the deal?" I told guys I'll suck their dicks.
Yeah.
Hey, one of the best stories is
That's
playing.
the greatest way to get out of like getting your ass kicked. By the way, like if you're
well, it makes
outnumbered,
them more
it's
mad,
like,
and then they're rattled. Like I've had dudes after games come up to me and be like, "Hey, are you really gay?" And I'm like, "No, but listen, that was in the first quarter. And I mean, you were thinking about the rest of the game, me touching you and stuff."
Yeah.
The best thing that ever happened, from a shit talking standpoint, is something Jackson. Who is the D tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars? 93. Anyway,
we need
he's
these
talking-
guys. Just Google search. This is amazing.
they're
Everything's
outstanding.
popping.
They're outstanding individuals back there. Shout out the boys. But it was 2016, I think, and we're playing Jacksonville in Jacksonville. No, not Calais. He was another one. Jackson. He played for. He's got that video of him getting shook by Bell from those Steelers. And he's mic'd up, he goes, "Ooh," when he gets shook. He goes, "Ooh." They'll find it. But so it's like the first quarter of the game. The game's pretty close. And we're transitioning. We're walking from one side of the field to the other because we're like on the 35 going in. And he's like, "Yeah, motherfucker, I'm in your ass all day. I'm coming at you." And I'm on the 50-yard line. I turn around. I go, "Bro, you keep talking like that, I'm going to suck your dick." And he like takes a step back and our center comes out of nowhere and goes, "And we fucking swallow too." And it was like the most perfect. He's like, "Oh, what?" He was fucking rattled the rest of the day. The rest of the day was Malik Jackson. That was the individual talking. He's a funny dude. He
So
talks.
who's the greatest shit talker like right now in the league?
Oh, you
I got this, dude. I believe in myself. I believe in myself right now. And the only way to believe in myself is to find the best mortgage possible. And you're going to do that with Cross Country Mortgage. Does Will have all the answers? Sometimes. Does Taylor? Sometimes. In a complicated world, it's hard to know who to trust. But when it comes to your mortgage, there's only one answer. Cross Country Mortgage. They have flexible, long loan lengths, a crazy amount of dedication loan officers, and even guaranteed closing, meaning they pay the daily closing fees. I read that correctly. Cross Country Mortgage has a team of loan officers dedicated to getting you the best possible loan terms available. They have an average closing time of 21 days, which is ridiculously fast. They've got a wide variety of loan types, which means they've got everything to cover everyone. And we have some exciting news. They're giving away free Barstool and Cross Country Mortgage sweatshirts when you sign up to refi. What's refi mean? Refinance or get pre-approved while supplies last. In a world where even the pros rarely agree, you can trust Cross Country Mortgage. With average closing time of 21 days, they've got everything to cover everyone. Go to crosscountrymortgage.com/Barstool so Cross Country Mortgage can take care of you through the home buying process. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 2029. All loans subject to underwriting approval.
Hang on, 3029. NMLS 3029.
Cross Country.
There you go. Regroup. You're good.
I'm just taking a deep breath. Dude. I'm just taking a deep breath. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029. All loans subject to underwriting approval. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Thank you. I clapped for myself there. Rank the best shit talkers. I think the first one that comes off the top of my head is Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jalen is the thing that makes an art of shit talking is a lot of guys talk shit in the first quarter. It's when the second, third, and fourth quarter hit. If you're still talking in the fourth quarter, one, your conditioning's phenomenal.
Right.
Like you can run and go all day.
That's what I was going to say. I figured like you'd be so gassed, I wouldn't have time to be shit talking.
I think Jalen would probably be number one. A sleeper to me is Trey Hendrickson, the DN from the Bengals. Yeah, white boy. I played him when he was at the Saints and he got like a sack and a half on me. I had a tough game. And in the beginning of the game, we're playing in the playoffs, divisional game. And I got in his face a little bit and he's like, remember what happened last time? You remember what happened last time? I'm like, damn, this dude keeps receipts. Like he remembers. And so we were going back and forth the whole game.
Baseball is truly like a sport of keeping a book, and especially with pitchers. Like,
yeah, because but the thing with baseball is you can talk shit next time you're up at bat.
You're going to get dinged.
You're taking a 98.
That's one of the great things about the sport is that, the pitcher is really the only guy who has the authority to level and exact revenge for your teammates, right?
Well, that in hockey too, especially back in the 90s.
But everyone's got a stick, and everyone's. there are enforcers,
but there were like goons. I think there's a Netflix. There's a documentary on Netflix called Ice Guardians.
Oh yeah,
and it's pretty outstanding. Those guys.
And then there was the movie. The movie.
The most inspirational sports movie of all time. Oh, Ross the Boss Ray and Doug the Thug Glad. It's my favorite sports movie.
That movie is
ever.
So good. Even Goon 2 is good.
I gotta disagree with you on that. That was a tough one to watch.
I gotta say,
it's not Goon.
Greatest sports movie of all time is Major League. Just gonna say
That's a good one.
So
I like
are we
Major League.
saying
Also took place in Tucson, Arizona. At the
Hey, you really are that guy.
He's all about it.
He's all about Tucson. Hey, we were at dinner. We were at dinner one time, and I go, "Hey, Cave Creek's so beautiful." He goes, stops me. He goes, "Tucson's the most beautiful part of Arizona." I'm like, what are you fucking talking about, dude? Stops me in the middle of my sentence. I'm like,
Mark, he's gonna have that basement where he's got all the Tucson and Let me show you something.
Yeah, come on down here.
Not
So
after
he's
this
playing
fucking
pool, telling me a
podcast,
story.
Mark. Your office of your political future is kaput. Because the theory that we are exploring here is that there is so much testosterone and straight man energy on the field that the only way to disrupt that flow is to provoke with some sort of sexual innuendo.
There's a level of like, I don't know what it is, and I can only speak for the NFL community, but there's a level of homophobia in a weird way. And to me, it's like, it don't matter. I mean, you just pat dudes on the ass all the time, say, "Hey, good game," like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's wrong with me saying, "I suck your dick"? It's no problem. I'll kiss you.
If you're asking me, there's absolutely nothing wrong, and you can ask the guys on the road with me, particularly. Yeah. I am constantly naked. I'm constantly trying to.
You got a phenomenal body.
Break the walls down for anybody who, because you have to be, and I'm now like pushing through the comedy of it, but like the truth is,
can I tell you about my birthday?
Close. Hold on. When you're living close to somebody on a bus.
Yeah.
If you got your hackles up because you're worried about seeing a penis, or a set of beautiful balls in your face, or like smelling someone's shit from the fucking thing, you're not gonna last long. So you have to embrace that. You have to really go headlong into it. And for me, it's like be naked as much as possible.
Yeah. Literally.
There's never been a bunch of more brothers, naked. So everyone's always slapping butts and touching each other inappropriately and stuff like that.
But really every HR complaint you can think of.
Literally if there was HR on, Midland would be no more if we were.
Cameron's birthday present to me on my last birthday was, and this took a lot of waiting because I was off somewhere and they had to wait for me to get back to the bus. When I walked onto the bus, Cameron was doing a handstand, completely naked. Mark was holding his legs at about an angle like this in the air. And there was a
question.
There was a paper plate that was his penis was through.
And had to hurt a little bit.
On the paper plate, it said, "Happy birthday, Jess."
Drooping nose over the birthday.
It was thoughtful. I mean, hey, you know, they always say like you know, you can buy somebody a gift, but if you make them a card, that really
lasts forever.
Yeah, really lasts forever.
That's a beautiful thing.
Hey, but on the homophobia in the NFL, you can not be homophobic and you just don't want to play gay.
What's that?
I said you can not be homophobic and just not want to play gay.
Oh,
You're like you said, there's a level of homophobia. It's like, well, some dudes just might not want to play gay.
Oh, because that's actually also very. Actually, you know what? If we're being honest, I think that you're probably way more close to the truth of it all. Because maybe some people just don't think that it's appropriate, Taylor.
Yeah, that could be it.
I'm not one of those.
I just heard a story of you having a Squidward nose out of a paper hat.
I have a feeling that like basically the last 20 minutes of this conversation is going to be edited out anyhow. So.
No.
We guys didn't read the fine print. It's over now.
Came you like this. We got Jack worked up so much one time.
Jack is one of those guys you touch his thigh, he gets very
Jack,
uncomfortable.
he doesn't play.
If you want to talk, Jack, you gotta go to the mic. If you want to talk, go to the mic.
He's like, oh, bro, I'm gayer than all of y'all.
Hey, Nebraska,
what?
He said take it out of context.
Somebody worked up like, you know, he
Wow,
doesn't
actually,
mess with
all
that.
I have is.
There it is.
Okay, well, Mark's is better though.
He used the same paper plate and put it on himself.
Oh my God, that's outstanding.
Did you think it was going to go there?
No, I didn't.
I had no clue that was going to go there. I kept looking.
live streaming this?
Yeah.
Okay, I got
I
another.
looked first, by the way. There's no cameras back there.
No. And if it was, we'd blur it out too.
I got another sports question.
Those are too beautiful not to pay for to
Mark's
see.
dog
One more
was great in
sports
that.
question. We got to ask some stuff about y'all.
I know. This is why you guys are on the bus.
I'm getting lots of information. All right, so you're on the ground. Somebody attempts to step over you.
Right.
Do you grab? Do you?
Super
What do you?
disrespectful to step over somebody.
Yeah. So what do you do if you're the guy?
I've never been
down there?
stepped over.
I think I just make fun of it, like just laugh or be like, hey, what the fuck? Help me up, bro.
Yeah.
Just some weird shit. Like I'm more like just have fun being on the field, talking and shit like that.
Yeah,
Because people take shit way too seriously.
Yeah, that is true. Will does have a good time no matter what.
That's good.
Like
Hey,
that.
the only time I've seen you get mad though is when we played against each other.
No, I didn't get mad. I was just
Bro,
like, you know,
yes you did.
That's just what'd you say? Oh, 1-0.
Yeah, so Will was playing for
dude.
Will was playing for the Raiders the year after he played for the Titans, and like
Sorry, well, what year was this again? It was
2019.
18, I think,
Yeah.
wasn't
19. I was on Titans in 18.
it? Okay, so
one of the
19.
last year's at Oco at the Raiders.
Yeah, that was the last year. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the second last game there too. Very cool to play there. That was a very cool place. But
Oh, God, was it?
I'm excited to play Will because Will and I are FaceTiming every other night, kind of talking, how's your season going? Oh, my season's going all right. And we're talking back and forth. And that's after the game. And we go.
Somebody yelled 1-0 to you?
No.
We're on the field.
We're literally in the middle of play. Will and I are both warming up at the same time. I didn't see Will, but apparently Will saw me. And like instead of coming up to me to say hello, he walks off the field. Big tough guy move on me, which I didn't know because I didn't see him.
Wild. I'm literally hugging everybody. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm seeing all the boys. Just
And Will's a glue guy. Like when you want to put a locker room together, bring Will in it, and he's gonna have all the boys,
listening to
all the
this.
GMs and coaches listening. He's a dude that keeps the boys together for sure.
Nice.
Absolutely, that's all the jerseys.
Pay the man.
Shout out Wesley Woodyard.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, Cam.
Not a lot of teams can afford Will right now.
How much she weigh?
It's not 230.
So during the game, Will's starting. Someone got hurt or something like that.
I'm splitting reps. This
Okay.
is one of the times I was in.
So the game starts in my head. In my head, I'm like, I get to block Will
Fucking
the whole day because there's a lot of
gritty.
times I'm going up to linebacker level
Underdog, splitting
and I get
reps.
to block the guy or whatever. And I see Will and we call a certain play. It's a gap scheme play where I'm going to the Mike linebacker, which is Will. And I see, I'm like, this is my fucking op. I'm going to crank this kid, dude. I'm going to fucking try to end Will's career right now.
Doesn't.
I hit the hip of this 3 technique and I run up to him. And Will's job is to get over top of me. Well, my job is to wheel him out. So we're both kind of like doing our jobs.
Yeah.
But
and the play wasn't biased either. Like we're kind of just fucking. We know we're against each other.
As soon as we knew something's about to go down, and I grab Will. Will turns. I start running him, and the play's obviously over. And I give him another shove before I leave, and I go 1-0. And I like start to walk away, and Will's like, you can tell Will's like flustered. Doesn't have like any words in the bank. He goes, "Hey, well you fuck you." And he goes, like, fucking 1-0. Didn't have anything in the tank for it.
And then Will
it was like Step Brothers. Hey, I'll say that.
Yeah,
you know, something like that.
Will wakes up at 3:30 in the morning in a cold sweat, and you had the comeback. Fuck! That's the worst when you have that when somebody just completely stuns you.
God, that is the worst.
That never happens to me. I always have something in.
Let me ask you this
Always
as one more sports question because the Rams just
I might
won.
have one too.
Yeah, you might as well. But like,
I tell you what, okay, well, the next hour of the podcast,
Aaron
we'll talk
Donald.
about you guys.
Okay, everybody's talking about Aaron Donald being perhaps the greatest defensive player
He's a stud
of all time. So what? But I see that, but then I'm thinking about it like with like Lawrence Taylor back in the day.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's been some amazing guys, but I feel like Aaron Donald's been kind of like a sleeper of the greatest of all time.
I don't know if he's much of a sleeper.
What makes him is it just all his stats or just like
I think
playing against him?
Like he's like on his way. He's put together a resume early.
Will had a great argument for this because people were saying he was the greatest defensive player of all time.
Yeah, because it was Reggie White.
Oh, you told
Reggie White,
defensive player,
J.J. Watt,
period.
Yeah, period.
Of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same draft class, by the way.
I mean, the dude is
Ray
a stud.
Lewis,
I think
Butkus,
he's
doesn't get up in the. No.
Ray Lewis has got to be up there. Ronnie.
I mean, there's safeties. There's.
I know. There's Ed Reed. There's Ray Lewis.
I think if he continues to do what he's doing, he could potentially be the greatest.
Is he not
defensive player
retiring?
of all time?
No, I think he's
Is he gonna come back?
I think, and I'm just speculating. There was a lot of money thrown at Sean McVay to, I think, go to Amazon for Thursday Night Football, and he didn't take it. I think if Sean would have gone,
it's like $100 million, I think.
Yeah, something crazy.
Moss.
Wow.
Yeah, Sean McVay. From everything I've heard in the videos I've seen on him, he is
Wait,
like he's got a
Moss
memory
up
like
there,
nobody
by the way?
else.
What are you looking
All-time,
at,
bro?
What is that?
These are scrolling through the all times. But
But the thing about Aaron Donald that's really good is I think him being a little shorter helps him out a lot. He's got that built-in leverage. He's stronger than everybody.
Is he like the strongest guy in the NFL?
I don't know. There's some strong cats out there, dude. But he could quite possibly be in the running. So compact.
Is Derrick Henry like pound for pound one of the strongest guys in
Derrick
the NFL?
is probably the strongest back in the NFL.
Wow.
Jesus.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, he's a beast.
Yeah, he's an animal, bro.
Holy shit.
He's an animal.
That's Ronald McDonald's brother?
Yeah, that's him. A long line of McDonald's, dude.
Man.
He's compact.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's a compact dude, but he's extremely
is
strong
ripped.
and shifty. He's got great moves.
Let's see Derrick Henry without
Buddy in
with no shirt
Fantastic
on.
Four.
Well, can I
Checking out
ask you?
dudes without shirts
And welcome to Bussin' With The Boys.
Yeah.
This is it.
I'm curious to know your perspective.
Derek's a fucking freak.
He's a stud.
Ripped.
He's a stud.
Damn, this makes me want to go work
That's
out.
that's AJ. That's our wide receiver right there. And then next to him is DK Metcalf.
Wow.
AJ, just for reference, AJ is fucking built like an action figure.
Ripped.
Shoulders like this, waist like this. Dude is absolutely stacked, and that's how big DK
This
is.
is why I quit playing football after my freshman year. I walked
That's
on.
why.
I was just
Yeah.
getting hit by dudes like that and Taylor, and I was like, I'm not gonna make a living doing this, dude. I can't.
This ain't
I'm
it.
not gonna survive another practice.
Look up the kicker for the Colts.
Just look up hot dudes athletes.
And then there's this guy. Same sport.
Oh yeah.
Same sport.
Wow.
Okay, and fill out the shoulder pads. Go to the third row middle with his arms. No, one more down, right down from there.
NFL, man.
Is that the hardest?
Right.
Is that the hardest job?
That
though?
one.
But
Look
they
at that.
get all the glory.
He's got the rec specs on.
I bet if you look up that guy's
too. He can boot it
all
now.
the glory,
If you
and
look
then
up
they,
his stats, I
if
bet
they
you mean
miss
this.
it,
Is he
then they
still
take
on
all the
the
blame.
I know, dude. It's kind of like a quarterback.
Being a kicker is the smartest thing to focus on, right?
No,
Being a
long
kicker,
snapper.
if you guys could go back,
Long
be a
snapper.
long
Long
snapper,
snapper is by far not the easiest job. I'm sorry.
but you don't get hit as a long
Yeah,
snapper.
but you make $1 or $2 million
maybe
a year.
punter, bro.
Really?
Punter.
No, you can get. I think it's a more difficult job because I think
Not
it's like
really.
looking at golf. It's like watching golf and going, why don't these guys just put it in the green every single time? Like, it's kind of one of those things. As a punter, you have to put it in the corner. Right. You have to know where you're at. You have to take some off of it. Put some backspin on it.
Bro, that's all you do.
No, dude, I'm telling you, I think it, when
And you can
I
get
wish I had
paid a
Brett
little
Kern
bit
on
as a
again, who's
punter.
our punter. I think he would say something different.
Would you ever
Well,
take
I watch this day to day. I would love his life.
Oh yeah,
Can you
that's
play-
true.
can
They
you
live
play-
an easy
I'm
life.
seeing
They live an
life,
easy football
bro.
life.
I'm trying to be a
Here's
punter.
a question that I have.
'Cause
Why
Phil,
this
okay,
doesn't
you got
happen more
pressure
often.
on
Can
you.
you play?
Oh, so
Are
much
you a
pressure.
basketball player?
No, I was never a basketball player. Baseball, hockey.
But like,
and football.
if I'm an NBA playoff team, I'm giving Taylor like a 10-day contract just to man up somebody like a big guy or something.
He'd probably fail as a GM.
Just to have him commit 5 fouls, 5 fouls during the playoffs. You know
no,
what I mean?
I'll definitely foul out. There's no easy buckets.
Or
but
like, why?
I'm not tall.
Like
in
the Titans,
basketball.
the Titans should give LeBron like a 2-month contract.
I don't think LeBron would do well in the NFL.
Really?
I don't think he would.
He couldn't do it.
Soft.
No, it's not that it's soft. It's just a different
Soft.
sport. It's a different sport. I don't think LeBron's soft at all.
I'm kidding. If you're listening,
He's like 37 years old, 38 years old.
I'm not dying on that.
He's a fucking
Cross.
beast.
I'm curious. I'm curious.
One game. One game.
Hold on, you two. I want to know something because I grew up in the Bay Area.
He was a player. He played in high school.
I'm very interested in Raider talk real quick.
He was a great football player.
Put up who's the D guy?
Hey, y'all don't shut the fuck up and let him talk. Cam's trying to ask him.
I'll just keep going.
Cam's trying to ask him one question like 4 different times. And then he continued, I'm very interested to talk about Raiders. And you guys are stalking the
I
whole
want
time.
to know what the culture was like in that stadium.
In the stadium? Oh,
Like-
about halftime.
Oh
Like
fuck, that's funny.
smells like THC all over the place.
Yeah,
Like Halloween
hey,
every weekend.
Was it the South End Zone?
Yeah,
Oh
I mean
my
everywhere.
God,
You're
the
on
black
the
hole.
sideline
Yeah,
and you
contact
smell
hole.
weed, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
it. And it's Halloween every weekend.
Yeah.
Oh.
We would
Love
take
Halloween.
the BART there from where we lived. The closest BART was Dublin, so you can take it straight to Oakland Coliseum and then, or whatever you want to call it for whoever's playing. But McAfee, whatever the fuck it was, the year that we were going to see the A's play, but we would occasionally go. It was a little bit more expensive to go see the Raiders play. We would go to A's games. They had $1 Wednesdays, so you can get in for free and go, eat a bunch of hot dogs and get shit hammered.
Love those glizzies, JP.
What was it like playing for that team, though, the Raiders, at a stadium where it feel like
he was pretty much contact guy. Doesn't remember anything.
you don't remember anything? Because they were waiting to get out of there for so long, too. It was like 5-6 years in the
See, I don't really
making.
understand. I didn't really get to know the culture like that until I was there, and then you understood how important it was. But for me, like I was hyped just to play on the Raiders because, in my opinion, they're like the best jersey in
Best
football.
uniform. Yeah.
They got the
them and
best
the 49ers.
The silver and black, bro, goes hard.
Yeah, it's so good.
I just love doing that. And knowing I was part of the last year playing in Oakland, I kind of understood by, seeing the fans and everybody else how serious they
they're
took
like
it.
the
But other than that,
Pirates.
I didn't know a whole lot going.
Ollie Roger.
Yeah, wasn't a huge fan of the actual place, personally. It was not
Yeah, everybody kind
functional.
of shit on it, but at
Yeah.
the same time, it's like it's so historic.
And how
right?
do you like playing over a baseball track
Oh,
early in the
bro.
season?
See, I missed that. I was
the
I was
infield. You were
last
late
half of the year.
Right. Okay, so
So,
you missed that.
so I never had to
played
play
there
on the
in the
ball
preseason.
season.
That
That
sucks
shit
balls.
seems terrible.
If you fall on that dirt, it's
Yeah, that shit seems
fucking
terrible.
It was fun
Is
until
that
you get to the pitcher's
in that
mound.
stadium?
If you don't run over the pitcher's mound, you're good.
Is that unique to Oakland?
Yeah,
Is there
they
any
do
other
that.
place
It's
that does that early in the season?
My University of Miami did that, right? For a little bit. They used to have
I
that.
haven't been to what's the
new
Sophie?
stadiums where you
Sophie
gotta go,
Stadium
Cam.
in LA?
SoFi is in
SoFi.
LA.
Is that how you say Sophie or
Unbelievable.
SoFi?
SoFi.
So which is the best stadium? Is it this or is it SoFi?
SoFi is
Will's
badass.
played in this one, and I played in the
haven't played
old
in
Raiders
SoFi,
stadium. I haven't
that
played in
one's-
this one yet.
At this point, they're all going to be fired.
Doesn't SoFi have like a field level bar? For
Oh,
all the
yeah.
So
celebrities
does,
and shit?
So does
yeah,
Dallas.
so does Vegas.
In Dallas, when you go play Dallas, you walk through, you go out of your locker room, and as you're waiting to go out of the tunnel, there's like a big glass, like a sheet of glass with people just looking at you drinking beers.
I think the NFL being in Vegas is like one
That's
of the
genius.
best things to happen
Oh,
to
bro,
the
we
NFL.
came out of halftime,
Yeah.
and Lil Jon's performing, and the lights are off, lights are going everywhere,
Yeah.
and he's just performing shots, and everybody, it's just like a club in there.
Yeah.
Who doesn't
was
want to
nuts.
go see their team play the Raiders in Vegas?
Oh,
like,
oh,
go
best
for a weekend
experience,
as an
man.
NFL fan. That's,
I used to
that's
not be a
everything.
fan of Vegas. I used to not like it at all. But now I love Vegas.
Oh, man.
I think it's an outstanding
I'm the
time.
same way.
So
I'm
you know
same
the only
way.
difference between our jobs, because every night you have to go on and you have to perform, right? You have to perform in front of a bunch of people. Sometimes you go out there.
But just picture,
I mean,
you're
speaking
playing
for
your
myself-
baseline, right? All of a sudden you get blindsided by a
Not-
315-pound guy. That's the only
I'm
difference.
not speaking for you guys because for me sometimes you just don't feel like going out, right? You guys get a week between most without a bye, like games, right? You're working the whole time.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're out for like 2 weeks in a row and it's a show every night, right? So by like halfway through you're like, fuck, I don't want to go out tonight. The difference is we get to drink and do drugs if
Well,
we legal ones before
yeah, of course.
going out to help
Based on the
with
state.
the anxiety sometimes going
Yeah.
on. does when you have?
Yeah.
I mean, don't you don't have to
Some
be
guys
tough.
do that.
'Cause I know you guys are
Yeah.
tough dudes. Okay, you don't have to be tougher than we already just said that you guys are the toughest guys he's ever seen in his life.
That's probably not true.
Good smelling too.
You like that?
Hey,
Hey,
smells
Duke Cannon. That is Duke Cannon.
It smells like he literally just washed that shirt.
It's
But
Duke Cannon.
but
more than I
like
can
you
say.
can't just crack a Coors Light. I mean, I guess you could, but
You
it would be
could.
frowned
Back in the
upon.
day, they did.
Yeah. Smoke cigarettes at halftime.
Yeah.
But like, does it psychologically like know that you can't just take something to escape whatever like the anxiety is going into? I guess we should start by saying, do you get anxiety going on the field at any given time?
Yeah, I mean, Will knows, like before a game, like when you go out to pregame, when you're like warming up and stuff like that, there's anxiety. When you go in before you come out for the national anthem, that's when the most anxiety hits.
Okay, right.
That's when you're thinking, okay, what if this happens? What if that happens? You go in and sit there for a little bit. Yeah. Really, the anxiety doesn't go away till like that first snap. Yeah. And as far as like drinking and stuff, like guys drink after the game, guys drink all the time. For me, it's like that's a super dry season for me. Like very rarely do I drink during the season because you're always playing catch up from recovery. Like
So sleep is big.
huge. Sleep is huge. Finding, those alternative ways to escape sometimes is nice, but in a healthy way.
What are those?
I can't really talk about that necessarily.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding.
Eating shit.
No.
Getting high.
Foot massage.
I like at my house.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, at my house I have there's a float that's me, not during the season.
Not during the season.
All right,
Yeah,
let
that's
me-
at the Predators.
I'm curious what these alternatives are because I'm actually in the midst of.
Have you ever
exploring these things.
microdosed mushrooms?
Yeah, actually, Mark got me on it recently.
It's outstanding, right?
Well, here's where I use it. Taking a little bit before, when I'm not drinking, taking it before golf, I found it's like a performance enhancing drug. I'm like, holy shit, my head's quiet, I'm focused, I feel very zen. That's what I like these things
Yeah.
for. I don't like necessarily mixing them with drinking because I feel like it's a kind of a weird
deal.
head buzz.
Well, how much are you taking of the microdose?
Just I don't know how much are in these
You guys
things,
take-
but
do you
they're
take a tablet or do you take a
parted
chocolate
up.
paste?
6 or 7
Okay.
caps. Yeah.
It's a chocolate bar, and they come in sections, and I'm only taking a section of one.
Right.
So I don't eat weed because it trips me out, and I'm done smoking it because of my vocals. But I do that.
Yeah.
And I found this stuff recently called. Maybe I shouldn't say it because I'm not.
No, if you feel bad after, we can always cut it.
No, I don't feel bad, but I'm not technically an investor yet.
Okay.
But it's called.
Hey, write this down. We're
It's
gonna
called
invest.
Feel Free, and it's a kava kratom mixture, and it comes in a little bottle like
Now, okay,
this.
correct me if I'm wrong, but kava is like I don't want to sound insensitive, but like a Polynesian mud drink, right?
Yes.
It's a root drink, and they smash it and they put it in
Yes.
water and you drink it.
Yeah.
That
It's
shit's
very
fire.
Really?
Dude, so check
It
this
is
out.
unbelievable.
It's 10 parts
Really?
kava,
Yes.
1 part kratom.
Where can I get some
And
right
they've
now?
been using kratom is also a root that they've been using to a lot of people have been using it
I
to
thought it's a
let
veiny
me
plant.
I will explain this.
it's not right
It
now.
comes into a powder.
Yeah, we've been so quiet.
Okay, and they use the extract of it. A lot of people have been using it to get off of opiates because it gives you a similar feeling.
This drink right here?
This is the drink that I drink now every
Where do
night.
you find that?
Does
I
it
can have
fuck you
some
up a
sent
little
to
bit
you.
though?
No, here's the thing. You have to be careful. If you only drink it, you can drink one of these a night, and it feels like you've got a little bit of a buzz. It's almost like smoking
It just gives you like
an indica.
a bit of
It's
euphoric.
beautiful. I really love it.
that.
It's very euphoric.
I'm sold.
Don't drink too much on this stuff because if you drink on it, you will suffer what happened to me in Vegas. It's one of the worst hangovers you've ever had in your entire life. So don't do that. But if you have this stuff in its purest form, you just drink it. It's the kratom too. It's not synthetic and it's not extract. It's just straight the good stuff. It's a little bit of kratom in it.
Some
This
people
stuff
are
is
allergic
an
to it.
incredible.
My wife took it and had like she immediately.
Well, yeah, some people are allergic
throwing
to
up
hops from beer too. You know.
Because we had a Polynesian dude a couple years ago. It was like right after the season ended. We're about to do like exit interviews, and he had like a whole like Home Depot bucket full of it, and he was like kava.
Wow.
And he was like scooping it out, and he's like, drink this. I'm like, when in Rome, right? So I'm like, I kind of drink it, and I had like, yes, dude. I was sitting there like, I felt amazing, but like, I was also like, I can't really be doing public shit right now.
Okay,
Yeah, you kind of felt loose.
So
and
there's
good.
kava bars now popping up everywhere. My dad
Is this
was
legal?
early
Is
on
it a
this.
legal thing
It's
to take?
Fully
It's legal,
legal.
yeah.
It's cleared by the
promoted
FDA.
USC and University of Texas.
Yeah, but there's
I
also-
love
They
this
just
stuff.
said that.
Well, speaking, if we're talking about healthy alternatives, I got to give my wife a plug. So my wife is just launching a company called Joggy, which is all alternative plant-based energy and and basically relaxation enhancers. So it's full spectrum CBD.
Okay.
Terpenes.
Whoa, what?
And, yeah, it's cool, right?
And this is like an NFT.
Yeah, so it's two parts. So she's launched a company called TYB, which is essentially a decentralized digital community building software where fans and brands build and win together with like real currency, and you actually can crowdsource and fund projects, etc. It's a little bit above my pay grade, but her first company under TYB is a performance company called Joggy. So it's full spectrum CBD, terpenes, and a thing called THC 5. Is there THC 5 or THCV? I feel
Which doesn't have any of the feelings in it.
THCV. Sorry, THCV. I always forget. And it is amazing because the idea was that she was trying to replicate the sense that you get when you are running like 6 miles. You really do get a runner's high. They talk about that. And she's basically kind of recreated that in a dropper and a gummy that you can take.
Really?
And then there's one, the Ready Steady is how you come down and relax. But all this stuff is anti-inflammatory. It's good for anxiety, depression, energizing. And then she has the Joystick, which is the full spectrum CBD, Arnica Magnolia, which is like a really healthy, natural icy hot. And this stuff's amazing, and it's anti-inflammatory. So like I've got bad knees. Yeah, I rolled on my knee. It's amazing. The recharges, Cam, you're gonna love these. These are gonna help with your anxiety. But the runner's high, the Joggy, if you take like a full dropper of it, it feels like you're high. That's great. But without the paranoia of like the THC.
Yeah.
So because I get like paranoid.
And where does your wife source all the CBD and everything at?
So actually, she works with a group out of Austin, Texas. They work with the University of Texas, and they're like the foremost experts. The reason she got into it is because there's so much unregulated CBD.
Yeah.
You go to every fucking truck stop, and it's like CBD.
Right, but it's really nothing.
And that shit is not regulated. And sometimes you'll get like a CBD honey or something that you're taking because the benefits are incredible from full spectrum CBD and marijuana. But if you can get a CBD thing and it's fucking loaded with THC and you get higher than you've ever gotten, and you don't want to be high because there's oftentimes like you got to go do a fucking interview or play a show, like you don't want to be that way. So she got into that working with these groups of this expert in Texas. So everything is the highest integrity. Everything is fully checked. And it is, I'm telling you, man, as far as like supplements go, I'm going to send you guys this stuff. It is fantastic for pre-workout, post-workout. It's going to be great for you guys. You guys get tested for marijuana? You're not allowed to smoke weed in that?
It's a marker that test the way it is.
How the fuck in this modern age is weed still illegal for athletes? It's fully beneficial.
I think it's slowly trending that way. I think it has to go rec nationwide before.
Yeah.
Before you can make this.
And mushrooms are next. Mushrooms are going to be legalized.
So too.
I mean, the benefits of mushrooms are
level you got to
insane.
test for anyway.
Yeah.
Now, I think somebody was also talking about a natural relaxer or performance enhancer was Insolito tequila.
Yeah, we also drink.
Are you talking about
Well, I saw somebody said 10 minutes left for your manager.
Yeah, we would love to get into some Midland.
Yeah.
You guys are our first fucking band we've had on.
We haven't talked about music at all.
Let's ask a sports question. I got another sports question.
Well, we're such big sports fans. We've just been geeking out.
How destroyed are you at the end of a season, like physically? What's it like at the very end?
It's pretty rough because you feel like I was telling JP about this and he was kind of laughing at me because like when I get like the first 3 weeks
our
after
website
a season,
looks badass. Sorry to interrupt you, Taylor, but God damn, what a fucking great website.
And it's a great tequila too.
Thank you.
The first 3 weeks after a season, like I have like a more difficult time.
The first what?
3 weeks after the season.
After
the season.
Is it because your endorphins are down and like?
Well, yeah. Usually I get like really sick right after the season because it's like you've been going and going and going, and like your body's like, all right, what are we doing next? You're like, it's over. And then your body like kind of just takes time to regroup and just like figure itself out. But one thing that happens to me is, and it's been this way for a long time, is I have a harder time like cognitively putting together sentences. And it's not like I'm just talking gibberish. but like I'll start like mumbling a little more, stuttering a little bit more.
Hasn't had any fucking problem today.
No, not one
man.
issue. Well, it's been the past 3 weeks. Shut up. Fucking pot in the kettle black over here in the corners, boys. But it is definitely a transition. But like you get a month out of the season, you're fine. Feel good.
Your body's pretty blown to
It
shit.
depends. It depends how you take care of your body too during the season.
Well, I mean, not just after, but like at the very end. Say you make it to the Super Bowl, you're in, going into the playoffs. Is your body just like?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time you're doing walkthroughs. You're doing walkthroughs. Like you'll work out a little bit. Like say at the beginning of the year, you'll be on tough for 2 or 3 days a week or something. And then by the end of the year, you're strictly like 1 or 2, depending on how your body is, because you're rehabbing a lot of stuff. So you're trying to do more like mobility and dynamic stuff versus like lifting heavy weight. Shout out Roman, no free shout outs. Before we shout out Roman, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel right now. Just it'll take 3 seconds. Look, no one's perfect. The boys aren't perfect. Even the best baseball players strike out with the bases loaded. The best golfers sometimes 3-punt with the tournament on the line. So if you feel like you come up short in the bedroom sometimes, it's perfectly okay. But if it's bothering you, the boys have options for you. Go to getroman.com/bussinboys now, because with Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for your ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your own home. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan necessary. If medication is appropriate, it ships to you free with 2-day shipping. The whole process is straightforward and discreet. Getting started is simple. Just go to getroman.com/bussin and complete an online visit. Take care of your ED without leaving home. Complete an online visit today to connect with a doctor and take care of it. Go to getroman.com/bussinboys.
Bussin' boys.
To get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. I know I've said getroman.com/bussin and also bussin' boys. Use either one. They both work. But go ahead and go do that for the boys. Shout out Roman, no free shout outs.
Yeah. That makes sense. We do the same thing on tour. Like we start heavy in a tour where we're every day we're doing a long sound check and we're working songs out. And by the end of the fucking tour, dude, you are literally, sound check is a joke. You're like, we're not going.
Yeah.
There's no sound check today.
Well, it's just like
and don't ever ask us.
Yeah.
And
you do a lot more recovery shit.
And you're finding also you're only doing one set. You're not doing 4 different sets, 4 different nights. You're like, no, we got the one set, we're doing it. You want to go into cruise control because your mind and your body are fatigued, and you're trying to not put so much stress on your psyche and your physical.
Do you think it takes away from your guys' like stage presence towards the end of the?
Because at that point you're like, well, this is the working set. The other part of it is because the set has also been sorted out. You've weeded through the things that you found that aren't working in the first couple weeks, from a song standpoint, like or transitions or songs pairings, stuff like that, and you're like really found a vein. We're not like Bruce Springsteen where it's like every night we're taking requests and you're like, okay, you guys remember Chuck Berry's? It's still like on rails, much more like the Eagles. Like they had a thing on a tour and they fucking pounded it into the ground and it was just like pitch perfect. Like you're really trying to get to that level of like performance purity and precision, but like your performance is, you've got all these new tricks, you know what I mean? And like everything is evolved through it. So if at its best, you're working less and doing more and sounding better than you have if you're not smoking weed and you're blowing your vocals out or like playing music after a show at 1,000% or doing a podcast for 2 hours with your buddies, or what other things you're avoiding on tour.
Well, it's funny because when we started, it was wild.
Yeah.
Like we were just partying every night.
I remember meeting you guys at the CA barbecue. Yeah. And I was like, those fucking guys.
And dude, we were
wearing the crop top pennies. It was hilarious, dude.
We were like that every night. And it exacted a toll. I had to go to see a voice doctor, a throat doctor, right before COVID, and he's like, dude, you can't like be drinking and smoking and like screaming and playing this. He's like, you're gonna lose your voice. You have to get surgery. And then with COVID, we took a big break, and I was able to rest my voice.
That's good.
And then we've really evolved. As the stakes get higher, we've had to become athletes. We're getting up in the morning and we're drinking, our full spectrum shake with all the nutrients and, fucking making everybody work out and getting a sweat in and stretching and living healthy now.
We still drink Coors Light at night. You know,
you have a couple Coors Lights to kind of to mellow out, but it's become
once you run out of your kava drink.
Well, yeah, you can't just the party thing. If you want to get it to the next level, which we're trying to, you've got to kind of be that.
Yeah, try this. What's
this guy? We've got it with Cameron. Has a whole thing now with our tour manager.
Whiskey
gives him
infused.
vodka sodas, and he doesn't know, but he's just giving him soda at the end of the show. So Cameron's just like faking drunk.
No, I'm done vodka on the road.
No more.
Right now, I'm off of it.
After NASCAR.
Really?
Yeah, you have to go in waves on stuff.
So let me ask you guys this: when this is your third album or fourth album?
So it's our third studio recording for Big Machine. We actually put out 4 albums.
Got you.
In COVID, we put out the Sonic Ranch, which was a collection. It was our original recordings that we did to get a record deal. It was the thing we were showing people. Mm-hmm. And COVID happened, and we basically went back to the vaults and found all the footage from that first recording and these recordings, and we went and mixed them and stuff.
But now you're doing so much more stuff. Like you're writing for a movie, which, hey, by the way, your boy's going to be in. By the way, I don't know if you knew that.
This is we're announcing.
You told me the next day. I told you a lot. It's like you're in like one scene. You
got 2 scenes. And now and you're acting too. What are you guys' big plan as far as like from a band standpoint? Like how do you guys have a date of like, hey, we're going to do this for 10 more years, and then we want to like kind of do our things? That's it.
God, no, we've got a couple more albums on this, and you know, life on the road it's a blast. Mm-hmm. You know, playing shows. It's easy to get up no matter how tired you are because it's just like one of the you guys know it's like stepping on the field in front of thousands of people. You get such a rush. It's amazing, but the traveling and being away from home and you know being a grown man living 3 feet away from you know your bandmate and business partner and best buddies, like, you know, that stuff really wears on you. So I mean it does, but I mean
I thought it was gonna hit.
No, I just don't. You know, there's certain guys like Willie Nelson's a road dog. Willie Nelson is happy. He wants to be out 280 days every year for his entire life, and I think we enjoy the road. We've been touring so hard, but I think
road life might be a little bit different than our road life.
Yeah, I think we're really interested in continuing to expand, you know, the full spectrum of being an artist, and you know, Jess is creative directing for HBarC and designing and stuff, and Cameron's a really talented writer and director, and you know we've created Insolito from scratch with our partners, and that was an amazing creative exercise, and it's all related to it, you know. It's all creation, but yeah, it'd be fun to have some other things going and maybe 2 or 3 months out of the year.
Yeah,
no doubt. Have you guys ever been tested, like the band, like the boys breaking up or anything like that?
Have we been tested?
Like, have you guys ever been tested?
Oh my God, like. Dude, we're brothers. Each one of us has thrown a fist at any interchangeable fight scenario that's happened. There's been times when the 3 of us are just fighting and you don't even know who's like fighting. You know, it's just like it's like family.
Has there been a point where you guys go, one of you guys go, I'm done. That's it.
And you got reeled back in?
Many times.
Really?
Absolutely.
What is it usually over?
Do you live on a submarine, basically? Because that's what a tour bus is.
The tension of it. There's the lifestyle.
Cylindrical metal, you know, tube that you live on for months of the year, and you sleep this far away from somebody. You know, you brush your teeth going down the road, you know, knocking into people.
Tensions get high.
Yeah, and you mix that with being tired, you know, because, you know, for a band like us, you know, it's a mix of fly dates and bus dates. Fly dates mean you get up really early in the morning. Bus dates usually mean that you go to bed super late and you don't get probably that great of sleep. You know, so fatigue and
dude, how about the performance pressure? You know, the pressure, the stakes are really high. The performance, you got
physical. I mean,
which is that comment in general is kind of wild to me because, like, what was it? Less than a month ago, we were at Soho House together. Just you weren't there, but like you guys are hanging out in the back. You're doing an interview with this poor woman who just wants to get serious questions out of you guys. You're like, oh, Taylor, come on, do the interview with us. I'm saying that you guys are like having a fucking great time. Come up. It's a small set, obviously, and you're probably doing a favor in a way, but it just seems super relaxed. It didn't seem overly stressful compared to when I go walk into a locker room and I see guys got the headphones on, staring at a wall, you know, shit like that.
The big pressure that, like, we have fun. You got to have fun with it, and look, we love each other. You know, we are brothers at this point. We're really good friends, so we have a lot of laughs and have a lot of fun. But it's, you know, you're also doing something really intimate. You're creating in writing music, you know, and you have 3 really strong opinions. So you're naturally going to have that tension as 3 grown men, artists, creators that are, you know, also business partners, also travel partners, also essentially, you know, roommates. And we're not like, you know, somebody like Eric Church or Chris Stapleton, like, you know, they tour. I was just looking at Chris's tour schedule, and he's just touring his ass off for like 3 months. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then he's off. You know, he's not on the road. Nice Midland's on the road basically 12 months out of the year. We take a 3-week break for Christmas, and then it's like right back at it. And we've been doing that for, you know, 8 years straight.
Fuck,
so it doesn't really end.
Why do you think that is just the stages of where you guys are at in your careers? Or
we don't know how to say no.
It's hard to take your foot off the gas when you're getting constantly new. When the trajectory is going like that, you know, it's hard to take your foot off the gas and say no to stuff.
Mm-hmm. And you want to continue to strike while the iron is hot.
It went like that for 4 years, and we toured nonstop. And then COVID happened, knocked us down for like 2 years, and now we got to make a time. You know, at a time when we probably felt like we would be slowing down. You know, now it's like turning the dial back up.
The bigger you get, the less money you make because your company's growing bigger. You got multiple buses. You got more. The show's getting bigger. Overhead. You got a much bigger crew, so the overhead's getting bigger, and it's kind of like this vicious cycle. So
that's wild.
You get stuck in it, but you know, again, it all comes back down to the music, to the shows, and that's what makes it so rewarding. It's such a rush. We love writing, we love recording, and we love playing. So that's what makes it worthwhile. But yeah, man, I mean, think about all of our heroes that have flamed out and died early. You know, the road is a dangerous place. Yeah. And you know, and the temptations are real in a lot of ways. So it's tough being a family man. But the 3 of us are essentially brothers, and we've been through fucking hell and back. And you know, essentially we've lifted each other up, as opposed to being like a solo artist where you're kind of out there on your own. So as much as, you know, it sucks when you look at your bank statement, you're splitting everything 3 ways. You know, it's great. It's great having brothers on the road to kind of lift you up and get you
accountable too the whole time. Also, if someone's falling off the rails a little bit, you kind of, hey,
fuck yeah,
bring them in a touch. When it comes to writing,
we got to rain Cameron in all the fucking time, man.
Hey, you got that juice now, so you all good. I wonder if that is all NSF certified, because I really want to try that. From a writing standpoint, and I'm just peppering them now because we took the last hour talking about God knows what. From a writing standpoint, what does the writing look like for you guys? Like, how do you sit down and do that process?
We typically will just book time to go get together and write. Mm-hmm. You know, there's people that do it every day, and they get together with people and they write every day, or they write by themselves every day. Personally, for me, because there are many outlets creatively, like, depending on what state of mind I'm in at any given time, it's not like I'm not sitting down with the guitar every single day writing. Mm-hmm. So scheduling stuff as a band, we also don't live near each other anymore, all 3 of us. So we get together and we're going to write for the next album. You know, we'll block out time, and you'll come with a song idea, a song title, some chords, whatever, and then just, you know, start making shit. And the odd thing is, you know, or the remarkable thing about this band is just how consistently we can get together and create good shit. You know, like, I feel like even our mediocre stuff is 15 times better than shit that's on the radio. Mm-hmm. And I'm bragging, but it's the truth. Like, we just make really great stuff, I feel like, you know. Mm-hmm. And also, this is another luxury of being in a band. You can say shit like that and not sound like an asshole.
Right.
If I was...
Why don't you sound like an asshole right now?
Eric Church, if I say what I do is great, then I'm taking all the credit as opposed to sharing the credit. So
as opposed to sharing the credit.
So I feel like we have a really great, like, rapport when it comes to respecting each other and, like, sitting down and fucking writing music. Like, there's also a level of, like, there has to be a different mode than, like, sitting around and stealing the mic, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's a totally different dynamic sitting down to write. Like, you have to be very sensitive and have your feelers out and let everyone talk and do your thing. Like, it's a total dark art form.
It's gotta be tough, huh?
It's hard for Mark.
Everybody talk.
It's really hard for me. Yeah. I mean, I was just meditating right now as he's talking. There's so many times I wanted to interject and jump in there. You know? But my boy just was very eloquent and delivered that masterfully.
He speaks beautifully.
Yeah,
he really
gorgeous.
does.
He's good.
Talks
He's
pretty.
easy on the eyes too.
Mm-hmm.
He's good to look at. No, we got a great thing going, man. And the new album is we haven't listened to it since like we mixed it for mastering, and we were just doing interviews right before this and going over and listening to the songs, and yeah, it's gonna be killer. So
well, I'll tell you what, you guys. I know you guys have to get out of here, but I will. Well, that worked out well. The your guys' sound for sure is different, and it's awesome because it's almost making fun of like 80s music. Like it's very twangy and very more like kind of bringing back older school country with like a new twist on it. And it's very cool.
Way influenced by the 80s country, 90s country.
It is. And you can see it too when you listen to it. It's you guys are my favorite band to listen to from a country standpoint, and it definitely.
Thank you.
You guys do an amazing job. An amazing job.
thanks, dude. You're our third favorite offensive lineman to watch.
Hey, top 5, boys. Top 5.
Who's your 1 and 2?
No, Taylor's the best, man. And watching his highlights, he's very entertaining. He's like watching a hockey player play football.
Yeah. Before you guys, okay, we have one bolded thing. Your favorite band ever?
Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
All right. Solid.
I'm gonna disrupt the pattern here. I'll go with the. I'm going with the Eagles. I'm going with Eagles.
That's what I figured you were gonna say.
That's gonna be Rolling Stones would have been like the first thing out of my mouth, but they made some shit records, to be honest with you, in the 80s that I hate. And Eagles, because they broke up, they had the luxury of cutting themselves off. Only put out bangers, one through the long run. So I'm going with Eagles.
Mark, what do you got?
You're closing this pod right now with this remark. And you can talk as long as you want.
You ever heard Semisonic, Closing Time?
No.
Yeah, that's his.
Closing
that's
time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that
Semisonic really threw me off. I was like,
my favorite band of all time is. This is gonna be really lame. It's like super boilerplate, but it's just. Well, I was thinking of Radiohead, but I think it's got to be the Beatles. As far as like influence goes, I mean
that's all. It's a safe answer.
Yeah, it's boring, but then you go like Paul McCartney in Wings is like also just a whole nother obsession. But I mean, they're so prolific. It's hard not to, and they've had a huge influence on us as songwriters and as studio rats. And
Someone's gonna say Beatles.
It's got to be, but also the dark horse would be Radiohead. I'm like obsessed with Radiohead.
Really?
Yeah.
They're solid, man.
This is the greatest live show I've ever seen. Their ACL performance was on mushrooms was nothing short of the greatest show I've ever seen.
ACL, it's a tough.
Ooh,
tough
Tom
one to make.
Petty's also got to be like
Heartbreakers.
My Morning Jacket was amazing.
They were
this
great.
last summer as well.
Oh, we're talking about live shows. Yeah, they were awesome.
But they're also just a great band.
Yeah. Okay, boys.
And Midland. Midland's my favorite
Yeah.
band.
So besides
Midland, dude. I think Midland's my favorite.
I'm not gonna lie, man. My wife put on Midland on Sonos the other day. I was taking a shower, and because my daughter wanted it, she goes, "I want to hear Daddy," so she put it on, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then
You're like,
kept
hey, we got
going.
some hitters.
And I'm not kidding. Because I don't like listen to Midland.
Well, look,
I
mean, you
That's
guys
the
have
luxury
fucking
of
good
music
music. We come
in
out, you
a
guys
band.
road trip
Yeah.
all the time. But I would say ZZ Top.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love ZZ Top, dude.
Now
They're
we're
like my
talking.
favorite band to go to on game day when I'm driving
Yeah.
into the stadium. Fucking, you just can't beat ZZ
Yep.
Top, bro.
lot of swagger.
So
We've
good.
got
Yes.
we've got
Okay.
a lot of ZZ Top.
Love ZZ Top.
Two new songs. King of Saturday Night's got a bunch of ZZ Top, and a song that we collabed with John Osborne on called Paycheck to Paycheck is like just straight ZZ Top shit.
I love that.
Yeah.
What do you got, Taylor?
Oh, you know my favorite band of all time.
Who's your favorite?
Blink 182.
182. I
Is it
think that-
really?
I fucking love
Okay, so
that
I
band,
just
dude.
went
Mark
back
Tom,
and listened.
Travis,
Going, let's
Dude
go.
Ranch,
unbelievable. And then Enema of the State.
Enema of the State, and Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Unreal. And
Those-
the Blink 182 album they put out in 2003.
The one
Fire,
with
bro.
the slow song.
That's an absurd comment, man. I mean, you know, Blink 182, they had a remarkable.
Misuse on that record. Is that the one you're talking about?
The Angel found my nightmare.
So those three
I
records.
never got into that. I never got into that.
That was
never got into that?
in
No,
California.
bro, middle school was my
Southern
life.
California that was huge.
I can't say
That was
I would never put
huge.
them in my top 100.
Fucking huge for
Yeah.
and actually Cheshire
I love
has
that.
a couple bong rips bangers on it, but this was the one I had this t-shirt. And my mom was like, unacceptable. Not
Dude
happening.
Ranch was fire. These three were really my go-tos right here.
Yeah.
You know who,
The Blink-182, the Take Off Your Pants
This one,
Jacket,
this,
and Mother
this one
State.
had Damn It.
I
on
did a
it,
deep
though.
dive.
Yeah,
into
that's a
it.
great song.
I jumped back into Sublime. I had put Sublime, down for
rips
years,
too.
and
I
Sublime.
think a band
was
that I like
so
a little better than
fucking good.
Sublime is Pepper. I love the band
no,
Pepper, dude.
Pepper
You don't
is
like Pepper?
I don't like them as much as Sublime.
I think he said Sublime.
Oh,
You know
no.
that was a little too mainstream for me. A little too mainstream with Sublime. I love Pepper, dude.
Okay, I saw Pepper live, so
Yeah.
I
Bradley
think they're
Noel was
outstanding.
an absolute genius. All of his reggae stuff.
Who
This,
have you
the
seen
acoustic sessions.
the most?
That
in
thing with just Bradley
live?
in his
What band
bedroom.
have you seen the most live? I can tell you mine.
That I've actually seen.
Mine is
I haven't
Dave
gone to
Matthews
many.
Band and 311. I've seen more than anybody. I've seen them each like a dozen times, dude.
Radiohead.
Because of high school.
Radiohead about 12 times.
I haven't been to many concerts.
I'm not a concert guy.
Me neither.
Really?
I'm really not. The band I've probably seen most is y'all. Like at Old Red and then at Soho House. I
Wait,
literally,
you guys have been to concerts?
Not really.
I don't
went to
go
Nickelback
to concerts like that.
I still love going to concerts.
Kings of Leon is another concert. I probably been to 3 or 4
Okay.
times. Yeah, Kings of Leon.
Hey,
Their
Nickelback?
first
Nickelback?
3 albums were incredible, and actually the album
Nickelback?
no.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, Nickelback
No.
fucking hits,
No.
bro.
Nickelback's the fucking worst, man.
Dude, Blink-182, Sum 41, Good
I will
Charlotte,
say
all
that
those were my fucking
Kings
bands.
of Leon, Youth and Young Manhood, and Aha Shake Heartbreak are 2 of the greatest rock and roll albums
They're
of all time.
pull up
Of all time.
Kings of Leon real quick. Their
Of
album
all
that
time.
they dropped in 2000.
My old man would be so fired up to be on the bus
16.
talking rock and roll right now. Dude, he loves it.
No, it's called. Let me pull it up here. No.
Mechanical Bull is actually a good album too. They have there's an album. What is? I was walking through the desert. I was looking for drugs.
2010. That album was so good,
They
and
have
they
this
never
many albums?
they never toured it.
Holy cow.
Well, no, that's
That
a
album
single.
is so
That's
good.
a favorite album of theirs.
Come Around Sundown's my favorite.
Come Around
Their
Sundown is
singles
their
on it.
sleeper. That's their best album. I've got a friend, dude. Me and Nigo, that song. I've got a friend.
At the draft.
Takes me out and takes me
They have
out.
some. Those are like.
There's a
If I
walk
filmed
on.
a movie, that
Going
album-
back down south. That song's so good. That album is a sleeper, man. I think that's their best album.
Those records.
Yeah, those dudes are good. They're Nashville guys.
Yeah.
They're awesome guys.
Actually, the first night we met you, we were hanging with.
Jared.
With Jared.
Yeah, Jared, the bassist, and his wife.
We're huge Kings of Leon fans. And the fact that the first time we came to Nashville, we went to some private speakeasy down on Broadway, and we were hanging out with the guys.
No, we
Yeah.
weren't. Actually, they were there.
They were there,
saw
but we
them at
were
the
hanging
end
out
of the
next to
bar.
them and talking to them, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Well, Jared, the bassist and I used to be really close. He was a groomsman at my wedding. The way like we met was when you go to the draft, you have like your walkout songs like baseball, and everyone had a whole bunch of stuff. And I heard Mechanical Bull, Rock City, and I like 72 hours before I got drafted, I was like, make my walkout song Rock City. That's a fucking awesome song. So I walk out there and I'm at Losers, which is in Midtown, and this littler guy, he's gonna hate that I said littler guy. Jared comes up to
He's
me.
my size. He's 5'10".
5'10".
Did you see the eyebrow raise when he said 5'10"? He goes 5'10".
I love that you guys don't think I'm 5'10".
He comes up to me and I'm like, I'm drinking or whatever, and he's like, hey, you came out to our song and I just want to introduce myself. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, yeah, all right, yeah, nice to meet you. I kind of wasn't a dick, but I was like, all right, whatever. And he leaves and comes back and goes, fuck you. I'm Jared Followell. I'm the bassist for Kings of Leon. I'm like, oh shit, for real. And then we became boys after that, and they're great dudes.
All right, I got a quick story about the first time.
He mad right there. Look, he's like, we gotta go. Yeah, 100%. I want to hear it. The longer you guys stay, the better for us.
All right, so literally the first trip we came to Nashville, 2 things happened in one night.
Oh God.
What year was this?
2016, yeah. So a girl messages Mark's single in this time, and a girl messages him on Instagram and says, "Hey, I work at a like private speakeasy club." What was the band that Harry Styles was in before?
One Direction.
Oh,
One Direction. So One Direction was playing Titan Stadium.
Yeah.
And
Shout out.
She's like, I'm like bartending at the Speakeasy Club. You guys can come down there. One Direction is going to show up after
we're
there.
nobodies. We don't have a record deal. Nobody knows who we are.
He's just trying to make it.
Yeah, so we get let into this place, and the Kings of Leon guys are there, and
Well, they were.
Well, hold on. Why did this girl DM you guys?
she DM'd Mark.
And
Is the underwear? Is the underwear modeling?
I mean, look at this motherfucker, dude. Looks like Brad Pitt and JJ Redick had a baby.
Don't gas him right now. Don't gas him like that.
So they were. She did say the Kings of Leon are coming, and when they do, don't talk to them.
She goes, be cool. She goes,
So we
be
were
cool.
like, we don't even fucking care about those guys.
Yeah, we were like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, she would literally go, like, they'd be right there, and she'd go, Kings of Leon are right there, be cool. And you'd be like,
She saw the look on my face. I was like, we gotta talk to these fucking guys.
Yeah, right. Meanwhile, she's like, tell these guys to be cool. I'm all over them, like talking to them, like, going through their entire catalog, like song by song. Like, where'd it come from, man?
a few
Like,
things.
get the fuck out of my face.
A few things happened like that. Long story short, I think there was some instruments in there. I think somebody started playing some drums or something. They kick us out.
Mm.
And so as we're walking, okay, so then the One Direction guys come in before we get kicked out.
No, it's just Harry Styles.
Was it just Harry
He's
Styles?
the most handsome
All right.
one, though. It's the best
So
one to
he
get.
comes in and we get thrown out. So we're walking out. And as we get out the door, you had to have like a code to get in. And we open the door and there's a mob of crazed girls. And
Like One
Cameron
Direction
goes,
fans.
Cameron goes,
Oh,
They had
really?
followed.
Cameron
they had
literally
followed
goes,
him
right
here.
this way, ladies. The band's in there. And these girls run in and they started shredding Harry Styles, like literally like ripping his clothes. Like,
They
it
had,
was,
like, they had to like
Yeah.
call security and like it was. I was in there. It was
How many girls do you think it was?
20.
like 20 girls came running
Yeah.
into the bar. It
But
was
the
insane.
bar was this big, guys.
Yeah.
It was like
It was like
he
tiny.
jumped
And then-
over the bar,
and then-
they were grabbing him.
And then,
I was-
and then if that wasn't-
Cameron shot me with a fire extinguisher.
But let me. Well, so then, if that wasn't enough, we go down to the parking garage to where our car was underneath this building, rental car, and Mark.
And I'm taking one of the
Mark-
all-time great leaks.
Mark
like
goes-
it's like a 3.5 minute.
Oh,
leak.
we'll show you the video. You can insert it. Mark starts peeing in the parking garage, and there was a fire extinguisher mounted to the wall. This right here, with the hose already pointing at him, and Cameron just walks up to it and just.
I look at him and
Mark
I go,
with
don't do it. I go, don't fucking do it. And Cameron had that look in his
and
eyes.
there's a video of it, and you can't see Mark because of this cloud of fire.
He hit me, and
Yeah.
I'm sitting there,
It
and
was
it
like a snowman.
dusted me, and then he waits like 10 seconds, and then really hits me with it. And I throttled. I had Cameron
Dude.
I had Cameron off
no,
the
you
ground.
actually waited.
Wide,
You
like-
waited. We all got in the car,
Yeah.
and I was like fucking cross-eyed drunk. And Mark's in the front, and I'm in the back. And Mark got in. Do you remember that scene in that movie? Hold on.
the rage
Do you
hit me,
remember?
like,
no.
15
Do
minutes
you
later.
remember
I
the
was so
movie?
scared.
The movie
I
War
was
of the Worlds,
terrified.
Yeah.
where Tom Cruise in the very beginning, he's running, and people are getting evaporated,
Yeah,
and he
right,
goes
right.
back to his house,
Actually, an
and
underrated
he's
movie.
covered in dust, and he goes into the mirror, and he sees that he's got human dust all over him, and he freaks out.
Yeah.
That was Mark. He sat down with all this dust on him in the car, and I was like, this fucking guy. And Mark was like, I'm gonna kill you. And he like saw that it hit him, and he got out of the car, and I was like, oh shit! And I was like trying to lock the car door, and he fucking pulled me out and put me on the thing, and I was like, you're overreacting.
Our manager.
No, he was literally choking Cameron, and he was like, apologize. This Cameron's like,
We both had like gnarly coughs the next day. Like we were sick from this shit.
Yeah, I was just like really bad for you. I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor, but I feel like that's like a thing.
I'm gonna show you this footage.
Mark's gonna go to the doctor one day. He's like, "Yeah, I got this weird pain in my side." And the
Hey, we got to wrap up. Go to their first page thing. Go to the first page thing. They got
Oh, my thing fell off?
yeah, right there. They got a new album, The Last Resort, Greetings From, comes out May 6th. They wrote this album during the pandemic, and we're all pretty much in different cities the whole process. You guys were. New single, Sunrise Tells a Story. They are also touring in Europe.
phenomenal music video too.
They're also
did a
touring
great
in
job.
Europe starting in May.
You did all right.
Guys, thanks for coming on the bus. This was a blast.
Bros, this was fun.
Yeah, this was a good time. Yeah.
Appreciate you guys coming on.
Hell yeah, that was,
Hey,
bro.
somebody,
like a locker room vibe in
somebody
here.
fucking pay Will Compton, all right?
Oh
So
shit!
GM's out there, all right? Let's figure this out.
I love that.
Paid, man.
Harry
Mike Vrabel.
Compton?
Harry
What'd you
Compton.
say?
Harry
He said
Compton?
pay Will
Our old
Compton.
bus driver?
Yeah. That was our
Hey,
driver,
Will
Harry
Compton. Oh my
Yeah.
God, we had this guy, Harry Compton. He couldn't find Las Vegas on the map because he had spelled it
so bad.
Los Vegas.
Las Vegas, dude. We got lost. We couldn't find Las Vegas.
Hey, your manager's so
Shout
fucking
out.
pissed. You guys got to
Harry
get out.
Compton. Hey guys, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
Appreciate you, brother. That was
That
awesome.
was good shit.
That was awesome, bro.
Need a photo for y'all.
In here?
Up front.